How you saying? You gotta make love to the mind first. You know what I'm saying? Once you make love to the mind, you got the body. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta connect with a girl way before y'all fuck it.
Hi. What's up?
So let that play a little bit, J Smooth. While we get ready, we're gonna vibe out a little bit, let everybody get up in here. You know what I mean? People, thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's the world's greatest Gasmasktribe TV podcast where we filter out that bull. We're gonna let everybody get up in here. We're gonna vibe out a little bit, let the music play a little bit. Go ahead, J Smooth, let that music play a little bit while we vibe out. I got some things I need to put up in here, so we're gonna get it really popping. Cheer! Y'all go ahead, stay tuned. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button if you just now tuning in while we get straight to our show. Gang, gang, Tribe Nation, cheer. Hey, people, thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's the world's greatest Gasmasktribe TV podcast where we filter out that bull. Yes, and we got our guest host up in here, Mr. Tone. Yeah, man. Yeah. So, how are y'all doing, mother lovers? We're talking about
fix your hat. It's like sticking out like this, and it looks like you have like a unicorn on your head. Yeah, that thing.
I think
Like,
you just hate it.
Or just put it to the side because it looks goofy.
I think you just hate it.
I'm not hating. I'm trying to help you out so you look cute on the thing.
That's that exclusive.
Oh my goodness.
Is that better?
Miss Cat, you gotta come over. You gotta come over to the till. Come grab you some stuff.
Yeah, I was just like, wait, y'all got swag and I don't have any.
Yes. Man,
I'm gonna come by. I keep saying that. I want to practice in the studio, a free session, just have fun.
Practice what, Miss Cat?
Singing.
Hold on, Tone. I need to have a
practice singing, and then I can get
my.
Gotta
have a moment with Miss Cat, Tone. Hold on. Check this out, Miss Cat. Hold on. Let's take the brand off there. Okay, Miss Cat.
Yeah.
It's a 101 session between me and you. All right.
No.
What are you obviously gonna do in the studio?
I'm going to sing the songs of Zion. What? I can hold a note.
We know that, Miss Cat. We know that that's not. You go get in there and end up singing Mary J.
Oh no, not.
She gonna get up in there.
No, I know you said to come through like a couple weeks ago.
Let's get it percolating now. I'm like, Miss Cat, you're not supposed to be singing this low light of mine, okay?
No.
You and what type of stuff would you like to do in the studio? Like, let's say for a person who's never been in the studio, and you would like to do your first hit, what would that first hit be?
Positive. It doesn't have to be like gospel, like and Jesus, nothing like that, but positive, clean, uplifting messages that don't, offend anyone.
You know what's crazy is that
let me know when your band's there and they're doing like a jam session, and then I'll come by and be like, okay.
Oh, Miss Cat. Oh, here you go. Oh, yeah. Yeah, really. It's like I need to be in there when you guys are A1. You guys cannot be practicing when I come in. You guys have to be.
No, you guys could be having like a jam session, and then I just come in and be like, 2 2 2 2. Grab my swag and then leave.
Please don't do that shit.
Miss Cat, we're gonna give you a cowbell, okay?
No, I don't want to. Wow.
Eat some maracas or something.
I think you're gonna be very shocked if I get on that mic and I'm actually like holding a note.
Woo, 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 woo. Got a little Jennifer Hudson up in there, you know what I mean?
I don't know about Jennifer, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, man. Miss Hill said, lovely people and bam, please, when y'all come in, hit that share, like, and subscribe all day. Comment. Also, hi, UK. We miss you last couple of days. Everything cool? Man, UK, where you been at? Sing songs of fucking what? I know. I was saying the same thing. Miss Cat? Okay. Miss Cat got the new album coming out. You know what I mean? UK say, yeah, been getting home late, been passing out early. Yeah, man. Hey, man, that's that work. That's that work gang. You know what I mean? Yeah. People, we talking about it tonight. We just wanted to make sure we get everybody up in here. We're going to bring our guy, Big Tone, back up in here when we hit the slide. But people, we wanted to talk about it. The women then to women now. And hey, look, we're going to talk about the men then to the men now, of course. But it's more edgier when you bring the women up. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh my God, bitch, here you go again.
It's edgier for you guys because you guys can say a whole bunch of stuff, and ain't a whole bunch of women here to like check y'all. But we gonna handle it, ladies. We're gonna make sure the men know how they were, and then what we got now.
Okay, that's cool. Well, I definitely got to, you definitely got to start this party up right. You get what I mean? And people, thank y'all so much. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, share with others, share. If you're on Instagram, share the link on Instagram where you can pull up. And when you pull up the little screen, it'll show you hyphenated where it says link. You could type that little link and you could put the YouTube link there where people can just tap the link and come straight on in. So also, people, thank y'all so much once again for those who have been sharing throughout the week. All 2 of the members. I can't thank you guys again. Tribe Life, gang, already know. You know what I mean? She's at for oh yeah, UK. Say Tribe Gang, Tribe Life, you already know. Gas mask all day. People, I want to talk about the women of then. Miss Cat want to talk about the men of then.
I will talk about the women too, though, because some women ain't. Mm-mm.
Well, I'm the mediator. Now check this out. I have a video of Charleston White. I should have labeled this Charleston White talks about the women then to the women now, because I'm not a big Charleston White fan, right?
Okay, who is Charleston White, first of all?
Okay, so Charleston White is a guy who's kind of like an internet sensation now. He's kind of been this guy that's been out here just talking against about like all the black brutality and all these gang members. He's kind of like against all gang members. I mean, he talk kind of reckless. I mean, he's pretty, he's pretty triggering, but he knows who's going to get the people's talking, right?
Okay.
Well, this conversation he had on Fresh and Fit podcast was a little bit more different. It was a little bit out the norm. I was taken back. He had on this red pill cap that day.
A what cap?
A red pill. He was gang. He was in this manosphere.
Oh, okay. You're like saying stuff like I'm supposed to know. Okay, sorry. He had a gangster on.
Right, red pill is like, he wasn't acting beta-ish.
Okay.
So, while being on this show, he definitely talked about women and where women are and how women, she said, is here in Rexa. Oh, really? Really? He's in Texas? Oh, shit. Yeah, he's actually, so Charleston White was talking on Fresh and Fit podcast, and I thought this would be something great to talk about tonight. I wanted to kind of expound a little bit on the last conversation on Ladies Night. That's been a very, very growing, crazy episode. That's been growing crazy on the network. But it was an episode about single mothers being with guys, right? But these guys are weak for getting with these single mothers. So that was a conversation that was like pretty wild. And we'll talk about that a little later on, huh?
Okay. No, I was going to say, was it single women with single dads too, or?
No, the single women were, well, it's these guys.
Oh, so they weren't single moms, they were just single women.
Pretty much it's guys who get with single women are weak.
What are they supposed to do? Get with married women? I'm not even understanding what.
Well, there's single women out here with kids, like single women
with
kids.
Okay, that's what I was trying to understand. I'm like, a single woman should be with a single man.
I got like 4 things going on. I'm looking at the screen over here, but single women with kids.
Single moms who dads who or guys who gets with single women who have kids are weak.
Yes.
So what are women who get with single dads?
Weak too.
Superheroes.
No.
Same thing. Same goes. It's not one better than the other. Same goes. You know what I mean? Okay. But I ain't gonna hold y'all for too long. We're gonna get to this first video and we're gonna get deep into that. I know the comments is pretty much coming in. But people, thank y'all so much. This is me and Kat, Biz and Kat, over here on the Gasmasktribe TV podcast, where we fill out that bull. And we're gonna bring Big Tone right up after we play this first video. Y'all stay tuned. Thank y'all. Chill.
Let women vote. I will not sit at the back of the bus. We want equal pay for women. Yo, we want abortions. Screw babies. You want to buy my nudes for $15 on OnlyFans? I feel so empowered. Let women vote. I will not sit at the back of the bus. We want equal pay for women. Yo, we want abortions. Screw babies. You want to buy my nudes for $15 on OnlyFans? I feel so empowered.
I thought that was hilarious.
It went from up to down.
Oh my God, that was just so fucking hilarious to me. I thought that was hilarious. UK, you think that was hilarious? I'm telling you, I think that was hilarious as fuck.
It was funny at first until she started talking about that ladder.
Hey man, it's pretty accurate, you know what I mean? It's pretty accurate, you know. So I mean, I don't know what you think. What you think from just from that one vid, because I got, I'm gonna go into the Charleston White vid, but just from that one. What are your thoughts on that? How she kind of her version of women then to now?
correct. It was empowerment in the beginning, and now it's just a cluster, right? Because women are just, everybody's hungry for money. And if you men are willing to pay for it, then women are about to make their coins because you guys are dumb enough to make them rich by looking at their poo-poo. I don't know too many men who are getting famous showing their booty online. I'm not.
Yeah, there are. There's some dudes. There's a guy right now on
I'm not paying
OnlyFans.
for that.
I mean, there's a guy right now on OnlyFans. This motherfucker make 20 racks just to show a six pack. I was like, well, damn, I would like to see what it feels like if I
That's
show it.
probably gay guys giving him money.
The nigga making bread. I would like to see what it feels like if I just showed an ankle on that motherfucker. Shit. Y'all like dog ankles?
Yeah.
You wouldn't show an ankle. Hold on, Miss Cat. You would not show an ankle online. If you don't make an extra 5 bands, you wouldn't show your ankle?
Better show them ankles.
I'll be like, here's my arm for $5. I mean, I don't know. I guess.
Try. For real.
Hey, UK funny.
He said UK says what? On the same guy. He said women buy that shit too.
No, before that comment, before that. What was that about straight dudes doing it? I'm like, what?
He said, nah. Oh, Nyla says, nah, they be straight dudes too, I can't. Oh,
They're
what?
not straight. If they're paying to see a guy's six pack, they are not straight.
Look, Nyla said I would.
Ain't no way.
She said, shit, I would.
I'm not paying for no six pack. You can go get those pictures for free.
Where at, Miss Cat? At the gym?
Well, online. You can just go look up men's six pack pictures. It's free.
That's what you be doing, Miss Cat?
I don't need to do that. I'm not intrigued by nobody's six pack. Truth be told, a lot of guys who are really built and stuff, they don't have nothing else to offer but that. So it's like,
Cat, you know you be at the pub.
You be walking in like, yeah, I'm all that. And then you're like, oh, what do you do for a living? Well, I look at myself in the mirror. It's like, okay.
She said, I won't pay for that, Biz. That's not what I'm saying.
Ain't nobody paying for nobody.
You won't pay for a little tinkle to peek. But people, the whole point is the women then to the women now, and that's what we're talking about. The women now have no problem of doing it. The women then would have had a problem doing that, right?
There is women who have a problem doing that. The ones that still have some kind of morals, they do have a problem with like showing themselves on, platforms.
Miss Cat, you ain't never went to Miss Cat. You be on Pornhub?
No, thank you. No, thank you.
They love you, Miss Cat. They
don't be lying on me, whoever that is, unknown.
You know you be on the P-Hub.
Mr. Gibbons, Mr. Gibbons too. They are. Hey, podcast will take a break.
No thanks.
Miss Cat, they love you.
I don't know why. Talking about I'm on boo. I don't be on no porn shows or whatever.
You don't like that.
You can see that in rated R movies right now. They're all like porn movies for the most part.
Shit, not like that.
Any scary movie that's rated R right now is pretty much a porn. They do. They always have these scenes where the woman's like going around and she's doing whatever. They never show the men. That's so sexist.
Oh shit. Oh shit. So people today, she said, girl, what movie did you see?
Man, she watching
Well,
Zane.
rated R movies are got nasty parts in them.
A lot of rated R movie got nasty parts in them.
Yeah, I'm not gonna promote them and be like, girl, watch this one and this one and that one.
Oh, okay, give me one of them. Give me one of them, though.
Nope. Just go on Netflix.
At least you gave the destination.
Netflix and Cinemax, they got all the worst stuff on there.
Mr. Get Bad said, it ain't nothing like Pornhub, cat. Stop. Stop, you sounded like you had to D.
You never had the D before.
Swipe to the left.
Oh my God.
What'd you say, Miss Cat?
Swipe to the left. Isn't that like dismiss? Slide to the left.
To the left.
Miss Cat, you want to hit this 5?
What you say down here?
Feel bad for you.
This is Biz getting a kick out of this already. Bro, this is gonna be a great podcast tonight. We only 20 minutes.
We gotta get to the meat potatoes. Y'all don't
Yeah,
know.
come on, man. Look, let me. All right, so with the women, okay, so let's just kind of get some dialogue. How do you feel about, okay, so the whole premise of this video that we're about to watch is men are the same men that they were in the old days. All right, he's going to make a statement. They haven't changed. Right? They haven't changed at all. It's just the women change. And the conversation, are women smarter now than women then? I mean, that was the question that was asked in the conversation. So I'm literally in awe about the response that he came with. And I thought it was something. While it loads, he explained on how most people don't, or most women now are not like the women then. They're weaker. They want to get back at you. You know, they do things out of revenge. They do things out of spite. And so, what do you think about that, Miss Cat?
Well, my thing is, first of all, what are they doing? Why are they getting back at you if you're treating her like the queen that she is? So, I mean, there's faults on both sides, because women wouldn't be vindictive or getting back at you or trying to run one over you if you're treating her like she's supposed to be treated. So it sounds like women are angry and they're saying, hey, you're not going to continue to do this to me and get away with it. So in that sense, I think they're a lot more stronger and empowered. Doesn't make it right, but they're not taking the stuff that they took back in the day.
Okay. Now, but let's say that they can, I mean, okay. That would be a pretty awesome statement.
What happened to integrity though?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying what women do are right when they do that, but I understand.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
If someone's dogging you and lying to you and sneaking and cheating, would you want your daughters just sitting there taking it and holding up her integrity, but just taking it? At some point, you're going to get nauseated and tell her, hey, you need to fight back. Right? And so that's what's going on. They're just fighting dirty.
I'm not saying like not to, like to let yourself get done any type of way, but at the end of the day, like people take that and then they go to the next level, situation or relationship all out of whack the wrong way because of the way they was done, by other motherfuckers. You get what I'm saying? And that's what I mean when I say about the integrity. Like, you feel me? Like, just because you wasn't submitting with this person because they did this, and that don't mean going the next one not submitting at all. You feel me? Or not at least showing the will to submit. You know what I'm saying? Yep.
Yeah, it's because they have all this baggage and they haven't let out the baggage out of their bag. And that's for the man to look at her and ask, look, what baggage do you have? What scars do you have? And let's fix those things. Let's be healed before we go together, because this is what I need from you as my woman. You need to submit to me. Do you have a problem with that? When a man is okay with saying that to a woman and getting her buy-in, he's going to have a much better situation. But if he just dates her and he's like, oh yeah, let's do this, and not asking the most important question that leads to success, you're going to end up getting baggage dumped on you.
Yeah.
Also, UK is selling popcorn because this going to be a hot night. UK is selling popcorn. I think he's selling it at $5. He said I sell popcorn all over. He said all over normal ass popcorn to adults popcorn.
And we're saying the website. Give us some popcorn so we can sample it on the show. How about that?
I said adult popcorn.
You gotta need some of that, UK.
He's stupid. Oh shit! All right, here we go. So I'm gonna play this clip. Here we go. And we gonna play. You know what I mean? You know, you guys just put your hand up if you want me to stop it because you want to. You know, you hear something you want to talk about. You want to expound. You know what I mean? Let you know we could do that. Let's do that right now. Here we go.
Hard for your grandparents, your grandmothers.
Can you hear it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just want to make sure. Can everybody? I just want to make sure.
Hard for your grandparents, your grandmothers. They could get a man and keep him 20, 30 years.
My granny constantly talks about how much she got cheated on and how unhappy she was.
She's smart. There's not a man alive that's not gonna do that.
Facts.
It's not a man alive that you're gonna get, and there's not a man alive.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, yeah, for sure.
Oh, well,
wait.
You're equal to a man?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, why are you asking me that?
Well, I'm asking this because
He said there's not a man alive that's not going to do what?
Ask me that.
well, I'm asking this because I want to ask a man alive.
Yeah,
not gonna do that.
Facts.
It's not a man.
She's smart.
There's a man alive.
It's echoey.
Facts.
It's not a man alive that you're gonna get, and there's not a man.
What was that?
Yeah, what is he talking about? There's not a man alive that's not going to do what?
I think he's saying it's not a man alive that's gone.
Hold on. So let me know if it's echoey or okay. So you said it's echoing. Okay.
But he said there's not a man alive that's not going to do that, and it's like, well, do what? Because he didn't say what that was.
Okay, so let me see. Let me know if it echoes. Just put a thumbs up if it's not echoing.
Hard for your grandparents, your grandmothers. They could get a man and keep him 20, 30 years.
My granny constantly talks about how much she got cheated on, though, and how unhappy she was.
She's smart.
There's not a man alive that's not gonna do that.
Facts.
It's not a man alive that you're gonna get, and there's not a man alive.
Yeah, from what I'm seeing, yeah, for sure.
Oh, well.
Do you think you're equal to a man?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What happened?
That's lies. He said there's not a man alive that's not going to do that. That narrative.
It's not going to do what?
Not cheat. Because she said my grandmother was with my grandfather for 20 years, but he cheated on her. And he goes, there's not a man alive that's not going to do that. Lies. Lies, lies, lies. Black men don't
cheat.
I'm sorry, they don't.
Black men don't cheat. Okay.
Don't cheat. So for people to spread that and that's the thing. It's like men like that spread those negative thoughts out there, and then women believe it, and then that's when you get women who won't trust y'all and treat you guys bad if you are a faithful guy. So Black men need to stop saying, oh, everybody's doing it. Everybody's going to do it, because everybody don't have that mentality. A lot of people do it because they see it as acceptable. They see it as funny. They see it as, oh, you're not a real man until you do this. But a real man knows his woman's worth, and he doesn't want to have a toxic situation. Because you can cheat all day long, but once you get caught, your life will never be the same with that person. So men should be teaching men not to do that. It's true. Black men don't. Boys do.
Exactly. Say it again. Say it again.
It's the truth. So for him to say that right there.
Why are you asking me that?
Well. Do you think you're equal to a man?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh my God, why are you asking me that?
Well, I'm asking this because I want to ask you, because the problem is that women understood their place back then. They understood that they were not equal to a man, and there were certain things that they just had to deal with to be with a man. But the problem is that with feminism, you guys think that you're equal to us, therefore you can do everything that we do. And the reality is you can't. Just like her saying, "Oh, if you cheat, I'm gonna cheat back."
You can. Well, here it is. The women
You ain't gonna fuck
before.
other niggas.
Listen. Your grandmother's name. Even if granddad was a whoremonger, grandmother still wanted to be a classy lady.
Right.
Yeah.
She just because her man was a dog.
There's no sound. There's no sound.
That goes to what I was talking about when I was talking about the intelligence. Even though grandma was getting done how she was getting done, you feel me? She still, you feel me? You know, kept her integrity and was a lady. She
So you think?
Supposed to do as what you mean?
Because we don't know that to be true. It's just that women weren't voiceful like they are now. That doesn't mean that we're all on the up and up back then. I'm not.
And they're less happy now, though.
But here's what I can tell you: is most
statistically
women
they're less happy now.
Yeah, back then women were not happy. They had to settle for that because they couldn't get work.
Hold on, but how does that explain the women now who are less happy now? Women back then were more happy than the women.
No, they weren't happy. No, they weren't happy. You guys
There are
don't
a lot
talk to
less
older
women now. There are a lot of women now that are not married compared to the women then that were married.
Because they want to be happy. See, here's the thing. If you talk as a woman, I've talked to older women, right? When you talk to your grandmother and your great aunties and all that kind of stuff, and you hear some of the stuff they say, you can tell they put up with it because it wasn't popular to get divorced back in those days, but they weren't happy. They weren't happy. And that's the part that people fail to see, is that just because a woman stays with you don't mean she's happy.
Hey, but you the same person that was telling me that I should have stayed in the shit that I was in, even though I wasn't happy.
Because you can make your relationship happy. See, that's the thing. A marriage is what you make it. So if you want to stay in a bad situation, then you will. But if you say to yourself, hey, I want to have a good situation. We screwed up. I know I screwed up. You screwed up. Let's start over. Those are real conversations.
And how you know that's not what they was doing?
Back in the day?
Yeah, how you know that's not what
they
was
may
doing?
have. I mean, they may have. I don't know. I just know the people I talk to. Like, if you talk to older women right now, you go, "Oh, do you want to get married?" They're like, "Oh, no, I'm not babysitting. I ain't taking care of no grown man." They're not, because they weren't happy. They weren't satisfied in that situation. So they were like, "Nah, I'd rather be by myself and have somebody go to dinner with here and there than to have to take care of a full grown man." Right? That's just how it is. Nowadays,
that is bullshit. You know that's bullshit, right, Miss Cat?
Okay, well, I'm just telling you the woman's perspective, you know.
No, but I'm saying that's right. But she'll take a good time with a guy before going out singly by herself.
What, an older woman?
Period.
I'm talking about older women. Period. Most older women, if they were married before, they ain't rushing to do that again. If they had a bad, situation, if they had a good relationship, then they probably will look for another person. But most older women are like, I did 50 years and I ain't doing no more.
Okay, so this video, this is something that came up on
military
the last. I'm gonna go back to that video, but this is because we mentioned divorce, right? And this is something that came up on the last stream, and I made a short of it.
We're all talking about it, or?
Right, this is a quick short. 1 second. I'm gonna stop doing it like this really quick. Hold on. I'm doing.
That ain't nice.
Seek for a way out of your marriage, and you remarry while your first spouse is living. That second so-called marriage is actually adultery. Accept the fact that you made a piss poor choice, and try to raise your son the best that you can on your own. Divorce is against the Bible. You're not even supposed to seek for a way out of your marriage, and you remarry while your first spouse is living. That second so-called marriage is actually adultery. Accept the fact that you made a piss poor choice, and try to raise your son the best that you can on your own.
Comments, anyone before I dive in? You guys agree, disagree? There's no sound.
I ain't got no problem with it. I mean, I'm with it.
You're with what?
I'm with what she said. You know what I mean?
Me too, but there's something that she didn't say. And
I mean, it's a 15-second clip, you know.
Yeah, but I agree that you shouldn't divorce unless there was sexual immorality done, which it does, state in the Bible. If there was sexual immorality, then it is okay to divorce that person.
True, but she said, but you missed it. She said you're not supposed to remarry because that's then adultery. What do you think about that?
I don't think it's adultery if the last.
You don't think it is, but God does. That's the problem.
He said you don't think it is,
but like I'm saying, it only says that if it's saying you can't divorce unless sexual immorality, then it has to be a way for you to have to marry again. If you I don't know, I don't understand that one. But I can understand divorcing because without the proper reason, and then trying to remarry. I understand that. You get what I'm saying? But
God did.
God did what?
Shalon Hill says. Shalon Hill. UK says. Oh, let me go back to UK. Oh shit, my bad. There's a couple of them here. My bad. Nyla says, I'll go up here to Nyla Smooth. Nyla says, I was cheated on and I just left the relationship. If you're not happy, then be single. Okay. That is true. I was telling my mom the other day that a lot of the culture now, the people my age, we are desensitized from we're not as sensitive to a lot of shit that the women, that the people were sensitive to back then. The women are more quicker to get divorced and leave a relationship. They're not willing to work it out, even if the man cheats. When that's the man's innate nature, a mother, sometimes, and he's gonna say it in the video, but a dude would actually men fucking to a man. It's not. It's our nature. It's just nature. It's a way of conquer, right? But when a woman lets herself be conquered, it's considered it's an emotional state. That's why when you're dating someone or when you're with someone or married or whatever, that's why the dude hates it when the woman cheats on him because she was she was emotionally attached to him. It wasn't just.
Here's what I don't like. You always
wait. To the guy she ended up fucking. To him, it's just a fuck. But
that's
to her,
not true. That is not true because there's men who've been messing with women for 4 years. That ain't just they sleeping together. They done built emotionally ties, soul ties, and all that. And you always give men passes oh, it's just in our nature to be jerks. It's just in our nature to cheat. It's not your nature to lie. That because you're living a lie.
Okay, so there's a question. That's great. That's great. That's great because the question came up is that
listen what Karma said.
It's great. That's great because the question came up on the show was that can women handle the truth? And it was true that women can't handle the truth. If a man told the woman the actual truth, she really couldn't. So he always has to find a way to what I mean? Make it. No, you can't handle the truth. If I really say, well, really, I don't want to fuck you today. I really want to, damn, she bad. I really want to tap that. You know what I mean? You be like, what? Oh my God, you cheating on me. Blah, 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 right? You couldn't handle the truth. You couldn't handle the actual truth from a man that actually told you what he really feels.
You're still giving men a pass to be liars, to be conniving.
Hey, Mr. Giban said it. The whole point is that the women were stronger back then.
No, we're still skipping around. You keep giving men passes to be liars, to be cheaters, to be
cap.
I'm telling you the reason why. I just told you. And the man, a man can know it's in a woman nature to love jewelry. We know y'all love that. We know y'all love flowers. We know y'all love beautiful things. We know y'all love good smells, right? That's in your nature. We know that's a part of your nature, right? But for some reason, or we know that women is attracted to a very attractive dude. So if the guy that you with is less attractive, and he know that let's just say for instance, men know this. You could be out with a guy and let Brian McKnight walk in the motherfucker. You get what I mean? Exactly. You just shot your man down.
Concert was the bomb, by the way.
Hold on. You just shot your man down. You just shot your man down 100 points. Because now he
because I'm not like, oh, Brian, let's go get together and let's go do something nasty.
Hold on. Women love men of value. Women love men of value. So that's in your nature.
With lying and cheating.
Listen, it's called hypergamy. Women are attracted to things that are value, right? That's why flowers and jewelry and things that feel, you know what I mean, of value, you guys are very attracted to, right? So that's called hypergamy. So when you look at
have to do with anything that you talking about.
I'm telling you your nature. So it's hard for you to believe that it's in a man's nature to actually want to fuck another woman. Like it's in our nature to want to do that.
It's in our nature to overeat and to eat junk food. But if you know it's going to kill you, are you going to stop or are you going to keep doing it?
That's a choice that they made. Oh, it's a disorder. No, it's not a disorder.
What I'm saying is you're saying it's in the nature to be a liar, deceiver, and all this. And I'm saying, okay, so it's a choice, right? So you're saying I will choose death over life?
That's what they did. That's whoever chose to eat like that. That's what they did.
It's the same thing with sex in marriage, though. If you go outside of your marriage and you're having sexual relations with someone else, you're choosing death over life. It's the same thing.
They do it all the time, Miss Cat. Women do it all the time.
That doesn't make it right.
Look, the cheating rate it's like 24, 28%. It's like women are neck to neck with guys.
It's probably higher. So, at this point.
You know what I mean? Like people are doing it like, you know what I mean? And it's really to say, but yes, a person like me would be scared of like AIDS. I get it. I have my own personal reference, but I can't deny the facts are the facts. You know what I mean? I can't deny it. I can't be like, oh, well, men don't try not to cheat and men are, but I'm like, well, Cat, if that nigga see a nice piece of ass, he gonna want to touch it. I
don't think that all men think like you. And I pray that they don't.
I said what men don't want to say.
I just don't think all men think like you. I think there are men out there that are like, I would never mess around on my woman. I would never do it. I saw what happened to my mom, or I saw what happened to my grandma.
But that's two type of guys. Either guys who have had it all and they're like, I'm done, or a guy who have had nothing and he's like, I just, you know what I mean? He's just a square. You know, he's just like, I am not experimenting. I'm still a virgin type shit. A guy who have had it all.
Go after the guy who's done it all and they're done, or the square, because all the rest of them, according to him, are no good, and you may end up with some kind of disease you can't get rid of. So y'all need to pay attention to what he just said.
I'm just saying, whether you, I mean, that's why you said it to a couple podcasters earlier ago, where you said that you would rather for a woman to get with an older guy because he's more mature, right? Mm-hmm. Exactly. He's past all those stages of like, oh yeah, right? The guy has to mature. So that's when it's healthier for a woman to actually want to be with a man that's actually mature and past the stages of, you know.
Yeah, but I also said to look at the character of the man, because a lot of people, you don't have to be older to have a good character. It's just asking the right questions. Like women should be really asking, look, do you have a problem with being faithful? If you do, let me know why, you know, or what made you cheat on the last relationship? What do you think would happen in this relationship if we have problems or whatever? You got to have those conversations, and people aren't having those conversations. They're going to dinner, going to the movies and saying, oh, he looked good. Oh, she looked good. And then they're just having sex, and then they're having a relationship instead of asking like the questions to let you know if this is someone to have a relationship with.
Right.
Because a man will tell you the truth. If you ask him, hey, have you been faithful to all your women? If he goes, yeah, well, great. Can I meet a couple of your ex-girlfriends or can I talk to your ex-wife? Because that's when you're going to find out if he's lying or not. Because if he's like,
and they gonna lie to you. They gonna lie to you. Hold on, Miss Cat, they gonna lie to you. You don't know what the intentions they got. They probably still want to fuck with that nigga. You don't know the intentions they got.
I mean, we assume that everybody still wants to be together. Sometimes people don't.
Had that.
Like, you know what they say, like never trust a, like they said, like, I don't know, but I've heard women say you never tell another woman how good your man is in the bedroom type shit.
Well, you don't have to look, women will all day long, but you can tell by how a guy treats another woman. If he's still giving her favors and doing stuff, you already know something's going on. Something ain't right. Because men don't do that. If they're not sleeping with her and they don't want to be with her like that, they're never gonna dog you for some other woman that they're not even sleeping with.
Hey, see, I don't see. Okay, there are a lot.
Cap.
There are a lot of men who would literally pay women's way and they ain't even fucking them. And it sucks to say that, but there are a lot of dudes who
That's
just
a foolish man. That's a foolish man.
If he got the money, it ain't tricking if you got it, right?
15 over cheat more than 49. Huh? 50 over 50.
Men cheat 20% and women cheat 13%. Men 50 and over cheat more than men 49 and younger. Damn, because they know how y'all work.
Bro, looked up the facts.
I don't know if I believe that at all, because most men that old can't really, I mean, what are you really doing past 50? Stop, okay? Let's just all be honest.
Okay, so
Cap.
Let's get to
50 and over. They paying for it.
Let's get to Karma's right here. She said that is the only way you can divorce. You can remarry. The biblical only the cheater will be living in the adultery, not the spouse who was cheated
she's
on.
Speaking on what I was talking about.
Okay,
earlier.
yeah, she's speaking on what you were cheating on. She said, but Cat, it usually is just sex for men. I'm telling you, it's just sex. Nothing more than that. Like, we don't like, honestly, I'm gonna go, like, we don't care if the bitch get hit by a bus tomorrow. Like, it was just sex.
Not true.
What the fuck? Like, I mean,
you guys are busy saying
men
that
have no emotion.
You have no feelings for her at all.
It's making it sound like super bad though.
Yeah, because it's not like that. You're gonna have some kind of feelings for somebody.
Do you care?
If it's somebody that you ain't got no feelings for, then like, you feel me? Like,
do you care? Do you care if she
with them for no feelings at all?
Check this out. Check this out. Watch this. This is why the statement I made with the bus is more softer than this. Tone, if you tapped it and the next day she caught leprosy where her skin got all crazy, would you even care?
I'm like, what the fuck? You better get that shit away from me.
Motorsport. Cap.
Cool. Is that somebody you was with one time or for 4 years?
One time, come on, that's
what
not,
I'm saying. That's like different. That's why I said what I said before. He just said that. It depends on the situation. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying? Like, of course, like some random, like, come on.
Or
if it's somebody you care about or give a fuck about, like, that's different. You feel me?
Exactly.
But it takes time to build that up. Like, he would have to take interest. No, he would have to take interest in you. I know it's pretty drastic, but he would have to take interest in you. Honestly, most of the time, the dude doesn't care about the female after he taps. There's a lot of females getting tapped, and the niggas don't care about him after that. They getting flowed out and all of that shit.
Get bad, Trip.
Who said cat kill the hat?
Cat kill the cat.
Oh, what does that mean? Does they say? Are they saying take my hat off, or is that a saying?
No, yeah, they say take your hat off because you capping. They tell you stop capping.
I'm just being honest because these women need help out here, and I'm just saying don't be listening to Biz because he be saying stuff that's way far fetched because all men don't cheat, so don't believe that.
I'm not
There's
saying all
men that are still out there looking for you. You just got to interview them properly. You have to interview them properly.
Look, I'm not saying all men. I'm just saying the nature. Like when the dude.
Biz knows some faithful men.
I know a lot of them, but what I'm telling you is, man, I'm telling you, a man is valued. Look, check this out. This is some real shit. I'm gonna let this video go too, but a man is tested by his value. So how much value he has is that shows you how many options he has. So we talking like if the guy is a thousandaire, he have less options to the guy that's a millionaire. That guy have less options to the guy that's a billionaire. You get
all the options, but here's the thing.
No, listen. So the man is tested on his loyalty, how well he keep that with his significant other, right? Because he has all the options. Like I want to say LeBron James. People like using Savannah and LeBron, right?
Hopeless.
And right. Let's just take it for what it is. Let's not even go conspiracy theory. Let's just take it for what the media has put out there, what we see from them. She does like a very great wife, stand-up wife. She stays out the camera. She don't try to like get all involved. She lets him do his thing. And he's the superstar guy, right? Superstar. And what I'm showing you is that man has so many options. He know he could tap anything in the world. He chooses not to, right? It shows you his loyalty and his respect for his woman, right? And that's what I'm showing you is like we are tested on the value we have and that exposes us to the options we have. And that
all
makes
I can say is this is a word.
So a lot of niggas, people think, I don't think LeBron stay faithful. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. LeBron definitely got some hell shot. Hell yeah. Got me
okay, here's what I'm so sorry. The way you be saying stuff is just
I'm telling you.
That slept with everybody. She didn't want to compete with that. Just because he's a dog, your grandmother's name, even if granddad was a whoremonger, grandmother still wanted to be a classy lady.
Right.
Yeah. She just because her man was a dog that slept with everybody, she didn't want to compete with that. Just because he's a dog don't make her a dog.
Right. I'm not saying to go and just do the same thing that he's doing. I'm saying
you literally said that a second ago.
Listen, look, I did say that, but I didn't mean it like that. I meant it like I'm gonna be a little more open when guys come on to me. I'm gonna be I did say that, but I didn't mean it. I'm not saying to
grandmother still wanted to be a classy lady.
Right.
Yeah. She just because her man was a dog that slept with everybody, she didn't want to compete with that. Just because he's a dog don't make her a dog.
Right. I'm not saying to
what her man does, she was still gonna maintain the qualities and the dignity of a woman.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord.
He killed him. Boom. Boom.
You know what's so crazy is that this is what's so crazy, right? This is why the feminist movement has become what it is because men think it's okay to dog a woman and she's supposed to take it, and that makes her so much of a prize. And that's so backwards to think like that. Like the fact that he's saying, oh, she remained a classy lady, she took all this emotional abuse, sexual abuse, right? But she smiled and she took it, so she's great. No, that's a foolish woman.
Wow. Oh my God.
That's called a fool for love.
You can't win for losing.
I'm just saying, like, we should not be promoting. We should not be promoting men dogging women and women supposed to just take it.
He's
That's
not promoting that. What he's saying is the women were able to say, you know what, because he want to be a dog, it's not going to change the fact that I'm going to change my marriage for that. I'm not going to let my marriage go because this motherfucker want to be a dog. I'm going to stay real. That's why I want this shit to play, because you can see how this can eat men alive. This is the secret to eat men alive. He's about to give the playbook on how to eat men alive. If you want to eat a nigga alive, he's about to give the playbook. All this nigga leaving and getting the fuck out of here, that don't change shit. It don't change shit. Like, the fuck? Well, it's gonna happen again. You ain't changed anything by leaving. What? You know what changes it? Your reaction to it. Fuck that nigga up. He's about to explain it too. I'm gonna let him go. My bad. Let me shut the fuck up. I'm gonna let him go.
Even if she got hurt, if she got cheated, she never wanted to stoop how low her guy was. Today's women want to go as low as the guy. If the guy's a pervert, she wants to become perverted.
I say it's useless to even go and cheat on somebody that already cheated on you, because then you're entertaining the relationship where it's toxic.
Well, here's the thing. The women before you never wanted to get her lick back. Her grace came from just being a woman, even if she never cheated.
Her revenge was breaking up.
Well, she never wanted revenge because most stayed. And her revenge was she kept loving him, and her love would shame him. When he got sick, she would still take care of him, and he would be miserable knowing he'd done all this wrong to this woman, and she's still wiping his ass. That's where the punishment came.
That is
That's true.
Hey, look, check
Do
this
y'all
out.
understand? Do you understand the mental of that? That would eat a man alive.
Hey, and that's exactly why I don't do this shit, because I'm not finna. I ain't about to live with that shit, man.
Yeah,
you
know
what
I
I mean? No shit like that. You feel me? Like when I'm with somebody, hey, I'll hold it down. You feel me? But if I'm single, that's different. You feel me? I'm not gonna. You feel me? I'm not gonna act like a saint. If I'm single, I do single shit. You feel me? But if I'm with somebody, then I stay committed to that one person.
Because you're married, right? It's to death do us apart. And then you're gonna hold to those vows. Like I played the other one, like that video earlier about adultery. Like, okay, if you get divorced and you go get remarried, it's considered adultery because the person that you could have worked it out with is still actually fucking living. Right. You know what I mean? If they passed away or there's some dramatic tragic, like there's stipulations, right? But it was just because of some like, oh, we're not feeling in finance and financial and they cheated and blah, blah, blah.
Totally different.
It's like, God's like, motherfucker, I said it was okay for motherfuckers to have multiple wives. I ain't never said it was wrong. Just long as he could be able to take care of those wives. You know what I mean? If he can't take care of them, then he shouldn't have it. But, you know what I mean? God never looked at him like I used to cringe me when they would say it should be only one man and one wife, right? And I'm like, that's an American talk. American in Europe. That's the only place where they have like, come on, that's a Spaniard type of thinking. The Hebrew Israelites didn't have one wife. Majority of them had either. Come on. Anyway, next. So
I'm like, don't even go there because that's a whole other subject. I
don't want to do that because you Christians have one and one. Hebrews had multiple. Anyway, gang. So you know what I mean?
But did she stay because
it wasn't about it wasn't about listen. She stayed because she took a vow to stay that says for better or for worse.
Yeah.
She took the vow before God. Yeah. She took the vow before her mother, her father, and all these people that was in the church. It wasn't about what he did. It was about her maintaining her vows.
But back then she was more solely dependent on her husband.
No, she wasn't.
No, she wasn't.
Yes, she was.
I'm saying like financially, like in the household.
Most women, because he broke her vows, she still maintained hers. It wasn't about that he was still taking care of, because most men came home and gave the woman all the money.
Yeah.
He kept enough to drink.
You can't get a dime nowadays.
He gave her all the money so she could pay the bills.
Facts.
Most men in that time didn't pay bills. He gave her the money and she paid the bills. She went grocery shopping.
But it's not her money.
But this is what it was about. I took a vow before God. And this vow is a covenant. I'm not breaking this covenant because my husband cheated. She wanted to maintain her dignity even though her husband didn't. She wanted to maintain her vows. Her pride came in saying, I never broke my vows. He did.
Tell him, OG, tell him.
Today's women want to get even.
Preach.
The women before you didn't want to get even. She got even by not doing wrong to you. And in the process, you felt horrible as a man.
Facts.
I mean, that's true what he is saying. That stuff happened. And that is how men who did stuff like that change. But that's the same way God loves on us, right? He just loves us no matter what, and he loves us into changing. But to sit there and tell a woman today to go through emotional abuse, physical abuse repeatedly, I can't hear you. We can't hear.
Yeah, right. But that's what you're looking at. You keep breaking your vows. You keep breaking the covenant. Then why go before God and make these laws and marriage and take this to death do us apart? And then I don't like the way this is going because you did that. And so I'm not going to get the fuck on and I'm going to break up this marriage and we're not going to be together. And that's going to punish you. Like you think you're punishing him.
About that.
Huh?
You know how I feel about that. I think too many people run from their situations when they shouldn't because society says it's okay and it's not at the end of the day. And then here's the bad part about it. If you are in a treacherous relationship and you had to get out of it for safety reasons or something like that, 90% of the people don't repent and they go and move on with something else. That's wrong. If you're really going to leave your relationship, then you should be prepared to repent. I mean, really repent and start over. But you really should just be working it out with the person. Most relationships can be worked out. They just need time to separate, you know, and try to figure it out, get their life together and come back together again. But you can't make someone treat you right. They have to want to.
And I'm going to say this too. You're right. No, you're right though. And I'm going to say this too, before we get into after hours, this is going to be triggering, but, a nigga can't fuck if a woman won't let him.
True.
So what I'm saying is
too many women don't have morals anymore.
I say that. I'm just saying
it's the truth. It shouldn't even be easy for you guys to cheat. If women were carrying themselves like integrity, like you guys are saying they're supposed to have, you would have a hard time even finding someone to cheat with.
Thank you. So when women say we're smarter and men are like, well, if you were smarter and I could choose not to do whatever, that it makes me smarter because I can hear you all day say these things and then I'm the one choosing not to fuck or not, right? I'm the one choosing not to stick my dick inside the other female, but she's willing to have it done. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But
well, that's what I said. Remember, we talked about this a while ago, and I said, and you laughed. I said, for all you women that's watching right now, if your desire is to get married, to really be married, stop sleeping with the guy. Don't sleep with him until you get married. And you guys all laughed and said, no one's going to do that. And I guarantee you, and I kept telling you guys, I was like, yeah, she'll get married because the right man will want that type of woman. A man wants to know he can trust his woman, that she's not out there.
It doesn't matter if she had a baby or not.
It doesn't matter because everybody, if she's in repentance and she's changed her life, then she needs to get with a man who's also messed up and who's changed his life. It's a new journey you guys are starting together. So do you want to start it wrong or do you want to start it right?
I don't know. I just have a hard time thinking you're going to be able to change a woman past 35.
Are you serious? All people can change at any age. But if a woman wants to get married, I'm hearing girls, I'm telling you guys, if you really want to be married, stop sleeping with whoever you're with. And you're going to find out who he really is. He's either going to say, I'm out, and you'll know he really wasn't trying to be with you like that, or he's going to say, wow, I'm all in. I'm not happy about this, but I'm all in. And you're going to get what you need from him, and he should be getting what he's supposed to be seeking you for. Anything outside of that?
That's a lot of beta shit. It's a lot of beta shit. That's a lot of beta shit.
A little bit though.
Yeah, I mean, I see that as a beta shit.
It's just what it is. Otherwise, you end up with diseases and everything else.
I think great betas milk women hearts.
I need glasses.
Betas do a great job in milking women's hearts. Like simps, like we need simps. Like it's good that we have simps out here. Like you need them. It keeps the ecosystem here.
She said, I'm too territorial and want to share. What are you talking about? Share what?
I believe that. It's usually another woman that wants it. not my cup. I'm too terrible, right? I'm telling you, she's saying that it's usually another woman that wants your man. Like a dude can't fuck if he don't see the woman having interest, right? Like a lot of times, even if he tried, even if the nigga was a dirtbag, because there's like some dirtbags out here, right? Like some dirtbags. Like the dude have a good woman. I've seen some dudes have a good woman at home, pretty kids and all of that, right? And
making more money than he is.
Right. Okay, cool. That's even more of a dirtbag. Usually, generally, is the guys that's making more. It's not really the guys that's not making more, but anyway, let's just say he's, you know what I mean, and let's say he's not making that. That even makes him a more dirtbag, right? But anyway, and he's out there still doing what, you know what I mean, still do. Okay, cool. I give you that, right? He's a fuck boy. I give you that. But the shit stands. He can't fuck the female if she don't let him. If he don't emotionally get to her. Emotionally.
And more women, I hate to tell you guys this, more and more women are becoming woke. And you're hearing a lot of women saying, yes, I'm celibate. I want to be celibate. I want to wait. I want to be clean. I want to be ready mentally for the person who I'm supposed to be with. But they don't do that until they've been drugging the ground all around town before they wake up and say, you know what? You're right. Let me try something different.
And then they want to put a standard on it. And then they want to put a standard on it. And like motherfucker, you got it be like, motherfucker. Now I ain't never been through this situation, but I'm just saying, like, if I had, I would tell I'm pretty blunt. So I would tell her, like, oh, you ain't like, she's like, oh no, I don't want to fuck because I want to wait. And then let's just say I was fucking with a woman that had kids, probably would never happen. But anyway, let's just say it happened, right? You know what I mean? Right. And I'm like, yo, you ain't gonna let me fuck, but you let the last nigga fuck without no problems. You didn't put that nigga on the string, you didn't put that nigga on some type of fucking 3-month period, a year
You're
period.
right, and there's guys that are
on a fucking year period.
That's manipulation.
The fuck?
No, here's what he's saying. Though. What he's saying is absolutely right. There's guys who actually say stuff like that, but you know what she needs to know from a guy that says that? He's not the right one. Shut the door in his face because he ain't the one. That's it.
Okay,
like,
and I could have been too, but no, I just didn't like that situation. I could have been the
you
guy.
have a right to have that.
Hold on. See, that's where they miss it. That's where y'all miss it. Because I could have been the guy. I just didn't like that situation, right?
You wasn't the guy.
No, look, you're not gonna. Always got to find a way to work, compromise with the person, right? You gotta always.
I'm saying it's okay, Biz, if you weren't the guy. That just means that wasn't the right woman for you.
But to not be able to answer a question like that, like to say like, yo, why would you whoop? And if she can't answer that and her rebuttal is, oh, well, you're not the perfect guy because the perfect guy wouldn't question that and da-da-da-da-da. No, a bitch nigga wouldn't question that. Like, okay, honey, we're gonna
because
do
if a guy came at so if a guy came at me
like you watching Pornhub like a motherfucker.
Oh my gosh. If a guy came at me like you did, was like, oh wait, so you let this other guy hit it and I couldn't, I would tell them the truth. Like, you're absolutely right, because I was not woke. And now I am.
I'm like, you're woke now.
I would say the truth. I've changed my life. I've surrendered my life to a higher being, and I want to clean
when you go to sleep.
It was all
no, I'm just saying, you have to, women, you guys got to be mature enough to be mature and get rid of the guys who are boys, because a man will wait for you. A man will wait for you.
Are you serious?
Yes, I'm dead serious. He'll wait for you.
This is a really good podcast because they are cracking up. People are.
I don't know why they're laughing, because people who've experienced it are knowing that I'm telling the truth. Though a man who wants you, he'll wait for you. He's not going to force you to do something you don't want to do.
Mr. Gibbans said, go back. She said, it's heartless. No, I'm not. Mr. Gibbans said, man, all these chicks talking about they are going to spiritual journey. It's all hoes trying to find
what, Mr. Bands?
Mr.
Bands. Let me tell him this. Mr. Bands, here's the problem. Why are you not? No, here's the issue. Why is he not on a spiritual journey? He's supposed to be on the spiritual journey. He's supposed to be her spiritual leader. Why is he not on the journey? That's what you guys are missing.
You're stupid as fuck.
He's supposed to be on the spiritual journey. He needs to get himself together.
Hey, they were trying to say some shit like, they were like, yeah, celibacy is good for man because, you know, it's called nut retention and blase. And I was like, I don't give a fuck what they talking about, nigga. I ain't holding shit back.
Hey, I've been doing it, and that shit sucks.
I bet it does, nigga.
I promise, like, it sucks.
All I know is if a man does not have self-control.
Hey, the situation sucks. She didn't.
Anyway, if a man does not have self-control and he can't be faithful to you for a year, he's not going to be faithful to you for 20.
For a year? It would only take me a year to see if you marriage material.
No, I'm just saying, like, there's dudes who can't be faithful for a year. So it's like, why would you want to be with him for 20? He's not going to be faithful. Like, it's just, if he can't do a year, you think he only 20?
Okay. If the nigga's cheating on you within a year, he was cheating on you within a month of y'all dating. So
say it again for the motherfuckers in the background. That's facts. Like,
that's facts. If he was cheating on you within the year, he was cheating on you the first month y'all got together. That wasn't. You know what I mean? That's pretty drastic. Most of the time, when a dude finds, I'm telling y'all, this how you know a dude put up his player card. Like, he would literally stop all the cards. He would stop talking to certain females. He would stop talking to like everything. He would just put up everything because he don't want to jeopardize what he has right here. You do not want to jeopardize that, right? And he does. He may have many options. I got homies that I'm like, oh my God. They be asking me, Biz, how do you do it? I'm asking them like, nigga, how do you do it? Like, wow, right? Because I'm like, I mean, it's like, and these are not normal women. These are like, you know what I mean? These are your motherfucking, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, your prime ministers in like Rome and shit and like, you know, different calibers of women. And I'm like, yo. And he's like, bro, what it is how dope my wife is. Like, just how dope she is. Like, she just make me feel like I could conquer the earth. You know what I mean? So, you know, it just, you know, she said, Tom, how many figures I'm on? He's stupid. Man. But, you know what I mean? It just those things, you know, Mr. Get Band says, hell no, we be talking about y'all woke chicks. I'm a real gang member. I was born in it.
Why are you bragging about that? Like, why are you bragging about being a gang member? Does that make sense? I don't know.
These are facts. All these hoes gotta go. She said it's true, Biz. Tone, it's worth it. You said whoever's talking about my shit, she better. Is that? But she better be the one. Facts. Okay, so check. That's when it comes to like, is she the one? So I heard a favorite statement.
Did you see that? That's deep, but facts at Cat. Thank you, Karma, because it's true.
Okay, you right though. You right though. But check this out. I heard a great statement. I'm not saying it's true. I'm just giving it some out there. Maybe somebody could take it with them or whatever, who's not married or whatever. But look, I asked this guy. He was a mentor of mine. He was a Filipino dude, and his chick was like Hawaiian and like Hawaiian and like Filipino and Latin, like some other space. She was bad, like crazy bad, right? Now, this guy is your average dude. He sings, he's in a band and shit, but the chick hangs out with Justin Timberlake and like, you know, Robert Thicke and like she's bad, like she's that type of caliber, right? And I'm like, yo, what you gonna do with this, right? And this is my mentor at the time. I'm 16, and I said, you think she the one? Because he's all about her. I mean, he stopped talking to. I mean, this man stopped everything. It's when a dude stops everything for a female. To the homies, we hate it because he changed. He changed completely. He just stops everything. He just because he wants to not mess up that, right?
Yeah, because he's in love.
Right. And next thing you know, I asked him. I said, "You think she the one?" He said, "You know what? It's not that. Is she the one? What it is I make her the one. As if I make her the one." And I was like, that's pretty deep. Everybody was trying to find the one. Well, you got to grow and make them the one. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? How you know they're the one if you haven't gone through different things and different situations in life to see if this person match well with you in different circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that was deep to me. Like I was 16.
Yeah, because a lot of people are in relationships where they're not on the same level with the person they're with. Mentally, physically, they're not on the same level. They're with each other, but they're not on the same level.
Shit, but that's why you supposed to like mold each other and shit. You feel me? They say iron sharpen iron. You feel me? You supposed to teach each other, guide each other. You feel me? Wherever you feel like I'm down, you supposed to, you feel me? You feel me? Like work with me on that shit, and I work with you on that. You feel me? Like that's how it go.
And I'm not saying like it's bad to wanna, you know what I mean, like lean on your woman or have your, you know what I mean, like that's not bad. What I look at it as is how most dudes would require so much from the woman, right?
As far as what?
As far as her nature, like if it's out of her nature, I don't require her to do anything.
What do you mean? Give an example.
Okay, I'm gonna be very old school so we can, because there's very modern way of it, but let's just make it straight, cut and dry, right? Like, you know, if it's out of her element from like cutting the grass, taking the fucking, you know, cup, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's pretty simple. I just made it simple, but we can kind of take our own brain and whatever. But when the job becomes tough, like you shouldn't be out here trying to protect yourself. You don't need to do that. And then when you're out, it's my job to give you the advice and the leadership to show you how to not get yourself in harm's way, right? Because I'm not around, right? And if she's willing to learn that, but a lot of females, you know, I mean, they're kind of like, you know, say if you stop chilling with the homies for a chick, you a beta bitch.
You got me cracking
He said the one will find you because you go grow someone that's not for you. Right, because I can get some. He said, right, because I can cut the grass. Right, but we don't need you to cut the grass.
But why would you want to do it? Like if you
that's what I'm saying. You should, right? You don't need to.
I'm not that woman. I'm very like still open my doors. You know,
exactly.
I like when a man open my doors, and if I go out and you don't, I'm looking like, yeah, I don't think this is probably the right person.
Hey, look,
I want to feel like a lady so that I can act like a lady.
I didn't, you know what, Miss Cat, you know what? I didn't, because we're about to get into after a little 15-minute after hour. But I didn't think it was like, I used to trip off that, like, you know what I mean, like the doors when you would go to different places, like how the doors were. Until I really thought about it, I'm like, there's some heavy ass doors when you go to different places. Like, nigga, I gotta like, you know, I'm spending an extra hour in the gym just to open the doors out these motherfuckers, because they, you know what I mean. So it's like, why would you
imagine how would you feel if the woman's going to open up your door and she's like, "Hey, I'm about to cut the grass. I'm changing the oil." Wouldn't you be feeling like, "Oh, wait a minute"? Like,
I'll be like, go ahead. I'm about to go cook some food. Shit, I'll be smoking a blunt in the back. I'm fucking with you. Nah, I would feel weird though. I'd be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, you look weird right now. What do you like? That don't make any sense. And you'd be like, what are you talking about? I'm a woman. I can do what you can do better.
Give me the damn oil stick.
Look, I would be like,
give me the
now. Look, now it's a competition.
Yeah.
Now you're trying to meet me where I am. All right, cool. Let's see how this works. Let's arm wrestle first.
There's women like that though, that like fix stuff and do all this kind of stuff, and then the dude's just there, like sit on the couch, useless.
Wrestling and shit.
Look, I'll be like, let's arm wrestle. If you could beat me arm wrestling, then you can go mow the lawn.
Right.
If you could beat me arm wrestling, go shit.
Go change the tire.
Yeah, go change the damn tire. Yeah, I mean, shit. Jack the car up and change the oil tank. Shit, fuck it.
Shit, why you crazy? The opposite of that, though. The opposite of that is when a guy cooks too much. Like,
look, check this out. While you at it, we need a new.
Wait, hold on.
Hold on. He was like, if a girl is like, oh, I'm about to change a tire and all this stuff. I said the opposite of that for me is when a guy cooks too much. Like if he loves cooking,
you just like disrespecting me with that one.
Hold on. No, because this
cap.
No, this is why I'm saying that, because if you come home every day and he's like got an apron on, he's like, "Hey babe, I got cooking." I'm gonna be feeling some kind of way, like, okay, you done moved all my little seasons everywhere, and you done did.
Hey,
Cap.
Hey, look, next week you walk up in there, he gonna be like, "Hey, babe."
Exactly. I like when a guy cooks. Don't get me wrong.
The week after that, he gonna be like,
Cap.
Hey, then the week after that, he gonna be like, he gonna come in, he gonna be on the phone saying, "Bitch." He gonna be like, "Whoa, now this is too far."
Motorsport. Cap.
That's weird to me. I'm like, if you want to contribute, take me to dinner, but don't have me coming home and you got this gourmet meal every single day. That's like weird to me, because now what am I supposed to do?
I don't know shit about. Don't ask me. I saw a woman in the kitchen the whole time, so I don't. Now don't get me wrong. My grandmother taught me how to cook, because she always said I don't. Because she'd be like, "Oh man, these women nowadays, I don't know what you gonna deal with, baby. So here, you got to get up here and learn how to cook, because I don't know what you gonna have, right?" So I know, you know what I mean. Don't get me wrong. I know how to, like, and I'm not talking about no fucking simple ass shit. I'm talking about like to cook up a gourmet dinner. You know what I mean? With some nice substance to it, some vegetables. You know what I mean? Cook
like if I find out olive oil.
You know
what she say?
You want some meatloaf?
Yeah, like most guys do not know how to make meatloaf. Like that's
You
too much stuff.
I know how to make everything.
No lie, I ain't gonna lie. I like.
See, you don't meet that very often unless you're a chef.
Look, no lie. This about meatloaf. I like white people meatloaf with the little glaze, the honey glaze on top. I think that is so
glaze, but I don't like their meatloaf. Don't be having a flavor.
I don't know why, man. That should be bomb to me. I be feeling organic. People, Gasmasktribe TV podcast, where we filter out that bull. We're about to get into the after hours a little bit. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We really appreciate y'all, man. We definitely had a great show. We just wanted to kind of give you a different side of kind of filter out the BS between the women then and the women now. Was able to discuss on how things will look, pretty much to give you a fundamental thing, you know what I mean, like a fundamental thought process. You know, we're gonna do our last words right quick, but to give you a fundamental process is men are the same men that they were back then. Ain't nothing changed. Women, I'm gonna jump on your side right here. They're the same liars and cheaters and deceivers and all this other fuck shit, right? Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Right? But more women were dealing with and married with it than the women now. And statistically proven, those women kept legacies going and they stayed married because of their vows and because of how important it was to keep their family. And just because one person want to be an idiot and do something else and go off and be stupid, they're not going to be that stupid person to just get off the ship just because this person want to be an asshole, right? So I think that's something very big that we can learn from this whole process, right? Even women maybe can learn something from this. Sometimes you may, you know, an understanding of man's nature may be a thing that women should do. So, Miss Cat, you got any last words before we get into after hours?
I do. So I would just say to all the men out there, we love you guys and we know that you're better than what you were. So show us you're better, and we're going to show you how we can love you, right? When you show us you're better. So we're in this together. Love on us and we'll love on you back.
No. When after hours there we go. When after hours, everyone, you already know me. I'm gonna go grab and re-up on the coffee right quick. You know what I mean? I gotta stay warm. But I'm gonna let Big J Smooth and Tone, you know what I mean, hold it down for the after hours. We're gonna get into the conversation. People, come into the conversation. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you thought. Tribe, I see y'all there live in effect. We're gonna be tribed out, Gas Mask Gang. So check this out, people. Hit that link. Hit that link you want to talk about tonight on Women Then to the Women Now, to the Men Then to the Men Now. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Let's really, really have the conversation. You know what I mean? Let's really, really do that. I think it's very important. You know, we don't do this a lot. The link right there, it's in the comments. Go ahead and hit it. And you already know this is Tribe Style, where we have these unfiltered conversations with Gas Mask Tribe, where we filter out that bullshit. Gang, gang. Y'all already know what it is. I love y'all. Tribe Nation, stay right there. Hit that link. Let's have the convo.
Gang, what's going on?
What's going on, Tom?
You know me chilling like a villain guy willing.
Yeah, yay.
Give me 1 second. Let me let this dog.
Take your time. Don't take all night.
People, if y'all still tuning in, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Make sure y'all become a member as well. You know, you get all of the great perks. It's a lot of stuff that do get posted that everybody don't see. So make sure you do become a member to get all exclusive content.
Thank you, UK. I know I probably got to go out and come back in. I can hear myself echoing too.
It don't sound like you echoing no more.
No more?
It don't sound like you echoing right now. I think it might be me.
No, because when I jumped on, that's when I heard it too. Because I was on my phone and my laptop.
Oh, that's why then. You gotta turn one of them off.
Yeah, I already did. That's why I said thanks.
Miss Karma, what's going on?
Hi, beautiful people. Hello. Hello.
So it's
I got a new headset. I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna leave out and come back in.
Okay. Echo.
Echo. You see?
They saying it's echoing every time I talk.
Hello. Let me see.
Okay.
Is it good?
Does it sound okay?
Yes. I mean, check. Let me see. Check. I got. You good? Sound good, or everybody's sound bad, or something?
I got a new earpod. Does it sound okay?
Okay, let me do this.
Let me know.
Let's cut the music. What about that? Is we still echoing? Okay, that's okay. Damn, it's all y'all echoing. Are we still echoing? Are we okay? Everyone, just put tribe if we all right. If the sound is good, put tribe. Oh, she said no. Oh, it's better.
Is mine too low or not?
No, you good. You sound good.
Okay.
Tribe. Okay, tribe. We good. Okay. Tribe.
I'm back.
Tribe.
I'm back.
Good now. Okay, we good. You gotta put
Yeah,
tribe.
I think that was mine earlier.
Good now, put tribe, Brody. Okay. All right, no, we good.
I'm blurred
Thank
out.
you, Jay Smooth. Man, y'all give it up for Jay Smooth in the back, man. Getting the hang of running the whole show, man. You know what I mean? He's, I'll be like, you know what I mean, kind of like, you know what I mean? But he's getting the hang of it. In a month from now, yeah, he gonna be smacking all of this shit off the water, man. He gonna understand the flow, get the smooth catching shit. So yeah, man, what do you guys think of the topic, man? What do you guys think of the conversation? Women
Evidently,
dance.
you enjoyed it a lot.
Oh, I had fucking fun. Yeah.
You high-five every show, especially with something dealing with something like this, which is just crazy to me. The women of, well, I don't know. The women of yesteryear, they were a little bit more refined about the man being a Rolling Stone or being I'm not gonna say they accepted it more, but they knew that it was part of just what was. Not that it was right. And you're right, they did kind of hold themselves together. They didn't really get their get back like that. And he did end up being the one having to take care of him when him wipe his own ass and shit. But at the end of the day, you got some that'll be faithful. It is in y'all nature to look, because y'all are just, you're very, visual. We talked about that. But you don't, do you cheat?
I'm scared. I'm scared of AIDS.
That's good. Stay that way.
His ass beat. He lied. He's scared to get that ass whooped.
Yeah, that's right. Because she's probably gonna test the shit out of him, and that's as she should go off like that. No, but seriously though, I mean, we talk about it a lot. You bring it up a lot. So I mean, you're looking. You're gonna look like most men do, but just because you're married doesn't mean that you're not gonna look. But you can be faithful.
I ain't gotta look. It comes to me, Miss Karma.
I know that's right. I know you don't have to look.
You know what? I'll be straight up. I've never asked a chick out. Never asked a chick out. You know what I mean?
So you have the aggressive ones come to you.
Huh?
The aggressive women kind of just like come to you and get what they want. That kind of thing. Because there are women that are very aggressive now.
I like aggressive women.
No, I'm saying there are aggressive women that, you said they come to you. I get it. I'm just saying at the same sense.
But that's the bad part. You're right, though.
You don't have to take it. You don't have to take it. You can look at it. I said you don't have to take it. You can look at it. You can go. Right. It's when you start thinking that you need to live out of fantasy and shit. You better take that home. If she got red hair, you better go tell your wife put on a red wig. whatever it is, you get everything you need from the house. I'm sorry, this is me. I think you should be able to live out that fantasy at home. I don't think you should have to go get it from nowhere else. Put that pole in the house, some toys, some porn hood, whatever you want to make whatever you need go away, so you don't be drifting up. Ain't no, I'm serious. Ain't no sense in taking that energy and giving it to nobody else. For what?
But see, you know what it is? I think there's a confusion between, and this may be going too deep about it, but like,
let's have it. Let's talk about it.
Okay, like for myself, right? I believe I'm a hypersexual person, right?
Okay.
I like, you know what I mean? I like doing it a lot, and I like doing it for a long period of time. You know what I mean? I just think it's just something about it, like the anatomy of it, right? And
the whole atmosphere, the whole act. I got it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But I just, and I kind of look at that as me as an entertainer, because I love to be entertained or entertaining, right? I like to be the entertainer or be entertained, right? And I feel like life is so short, we don't get a lot of fruit, a lot of entertainment out of it, a lot of like creating these moments, you know what I mean? And the real shit full of entertainment right at the house, right? You know what I mean? Shit, I'm still into but you know what I mean? And that's my whole thing was like, because of being a very hypersexual person, you know what I mean? Like there's a lot of times that, women tap out, you know what I mean? Like there be times like, you know what I mean? I can't go no longer, or you know what I mean? And I've had other friends that have told me like, yeah, like, I end up stepping out because of, she wasn't able to go, or she wasn't able to keep it up, or because it went too much, or, you know what I mean? Shit like that. And I look at that. I've heard people say people who have a hypersexual drive are people who come from trauma backgrounds. You know
Usually,
what I mean?
yes. That's fact. I know that because that was for me.
Mm-hmm. She said some don't. Some what? Some women don't. Some women can take it all night.
I know that.
Just keep getting pounded. Just lay there. Just get it pounded, huh?
Don't lay there like a fish. Don't lay there like a fish, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not to cut y'all off, but I get where Ben's coming from. You know what I'm saying? But the trauma back, flash, that's not me, but I did, I do have that, but I blame it on my sign, you know what I'm saying, because I'm the Capricorn Aquarius, and I love sex, and I only do it with my dude, and that's it.
And my dude, that's it. My dude, that's it.
My dude. You know what I'm saying? But this show, you know what I'm saying, this podcast tonight was lovely, but for the old to new, I'm still old school from granny, because I always listen to granny. I listen to my mom a little bit, I listen to my mama Titi a lot, and everything, but I'm old school, but as far as like the man cheating and all of that and staying with him, no, I'm not going to do that, and I didn't do it. But we're still friends, today, and everything.
See, I think that's maybe that's the mix up, right? And I'm not trying to make it in a way that women can just like, be agreeable to it. I'm not doing that. But what I'm trying to see is that like, why give it up just because of that?
What, the marriage?
Yeah, why give it up just because he cheated?
Okay, why give it up to whoever he cheated on, and I was there. I didn't lack in nothing. And he always told me that. He said I'm the best, thing that ever happened to him, and you know what I'm saying, he wished he had it, but hey, we can't turn back the hands of times.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, why give it up? That's what I'm saying. Like
why leave? Right. Like why give up the relationship?
That's the marriage?
Yeah, he's not talking about giving up the pussy.
Yeah.
I know he wasn't saying giving up that.
It out. If he's willing to work it out and be like, all right, baby, I'm sorry, I can clean, blase, If he's willing to work it out, why break up the home, the marriage, they take the kids out, blah blah blah. Why do that?
Oh no, he took his son with him. You know, it wasn't taking on
No,
nothing.
well, I guess I'm sorry. I don't mean to talk for you. I mean speaking towards you, but I guess I'm speaking in general, right?
Exactly.
Right. And I was asking like why women leave, knowing if the man wants to work it out, right? He wants to work it out. Oh, what's up, Bree? What's up? That's Big Vic. What's up, Bree?
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
Hello.
The deal.
But I left because I wasn't going to be the talk of the town, you know, the talk of my neighborhood and everything. And I didn't just leave because of that. I left because he, you know what I'm saying, went over, you know, his vows and everything. To death do you part and everything, yeah, but the cheating and stuff, like, come on now. We made these vows, you know what I'm saying, before God.
Death do us part. It didn't say through cheating. It said do death do us part, through thick and thin, rich or poor, death do us part. It didn't say anything about cheating.
Dude, Biz, stop
I
listening
put,
to the people.
I
It
put
said
lines in there.
it's an exception on sexual immorality. That's cheating. That's
Oh, it said that was what it said in your vows?
It says it in the Bible, period.
We don't. I thought we were talking about the
The
vows.
vows is in the Bible.
I thought they were talking about the vows because they don't say that when you get married.
Yes, it do.
No, they don't say that.
Divorce. You can get a divorce if there was sexual immorality.
We're not talking about the divorce. We're talking about you
leaving.
No,
Bye-bye.
we're not talking about that. We're talking about you saying I do.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. And the vows that's read during saying I do. We're not
Okay.
talking about getting a divorce part. The divorce part is a whole different thing. That's the part that
through
you're
sickness and health, through rich or poor, through good and bad, you know.
Come on.
But guess what? Except sexual immorality.
It don't say
facts.
It don't say anything.
Well, sickness and health, I'm not about to be, you know what I'm saying, catching something that I can't get rid of.
Hello.
Just to stay with my husband. No.
It ain't saying that. It said if they get sick and shit and they need you to take care of them type
I
shit.
know that, but I'm turning it around. I'm turning it around.
I'm telling you, look, honestly, I don't think women after the 90s were really meant to be married or understand what marriage is really about according to how it conducted in the Bible, right? Because it made it where it became a fashion where everybody was just getting married. Bitch, I'm getting married. Right? Right? You know what
No,
I mean?
I didn't get married because my mom and granny and my sisters, you know, got married. I got married because, you know what I'm saying, I was in love with my man. And I wanted to be with him for the rest of my life. But he did that. It is not that just, you know, he, you know, cheated and all of that. You know, texts and calls and females popping up. Like, come on now, I can filter out the bullshit. You know,
my thing was
it wasn't just, you know, the cheating. He never called me out my name. He never put his hands on me. But that right there, it just like, I'm done. You know.
Okay. I mean, I got some else, but I'm gonna let Bree go. Go ahead.
Well, my thing is like, if you can, excuse me, this is the only place I have good lighting and my grandson's sleep. I want him to wake up.
You good.
So my background's a little ghetto. You're gonna see my shower.
No,
but
you good.
clean.
You good.
Shit, I go live in the bathroom all the time.
Okay.
Don't be in the bathroom all the time.
Okay.
All the
It's the
time.
only place you can get some quiet sometimes. But my thing is, nobody's perfect, right? So if you can admit that you weren't, you know, if you can fix it and admit it and not try to insult my intelligence, we can move on because nobody's perfect, right? When you try to insult my intelligence
and justify it,
humiliate me, like with my ex-husband, we were both a part of the same church. Like I sang in the choir. My choir director at the time was Brent Jones. He was an usher. He was on the usher board, right?
Brent
so
Jones?
This fool, yeah, Brent Jones.
I'm in one of his music videos.
Oh, really? He is amazing, isn't he?
Yeah. I'm in.
So long story short, when he decided he wanted to cheat, or before he left the house to be with an ex from high school, he put on Facebook that he changed his relationship status and he was in a relationship with the bitch, right?
Hold on. 1 second. He got with a female from high school?
Yes, like a dumbass, right? We were married, all this shit, right?
Was that his like true love or some shit?
That's what he thought, but then she slept with all his friends. But anyway, we'll get to that later. Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
Right. So I was so humiliated because I went to church and everybody's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" I'm like, "Why the hell is everybody asking me if I'm okay?" Well, because he was friends with the idiot added everybody from church, so they already saw what was going on. But long story short, my thing is, everybody was like, work it out, do marriage counseling. He just he wasn't mature enough to admit he was wrong and fix the shit, right? So I can't stay married to someone who cannot be honest with me. And that's kind of why I'm scared to get in a relationship now. Like, we got divorced in 2015. I've dated. I've had people I've dealt with and stuff like that. But it kind of scares me because I rearranged my whole life for this nigga. Like, I've always been independent, always had my own shit. And then the minute I rearranged some shit, then it was some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So I'd be like, some bullshit now. I'd be like, you know what, baby? God bless you, but you ain't for me. When I realize a person is not authentic in who they are, I can't deal with you.
So if you can, would you be friends with those females?
With a female who was smiling in my face and saying hi to my husband on social media, and then knew he was married and fuck
right?
Him?
Well,
no, because I can't respect you.
Right.
But we got to talk about
Kiki and her in your face.
So if I said that's majority of females, would you say that's right or no?
What do you mean that's majority of females that just leave? No, I mean, I know some women
that's majority of females that would fuck your man. Like, obviously this chick didn't give a fuck. That was a whole nother shit. But like
nowadays,
what I mean,
they don't care. They don't even love themselves.
So nowadays they been like that.
Why would they care that they fucked your nigga? Because they don't even love themselves. They don't care.
Yeah, it been like that. You heard that song After the Rain.
That's a whole nother show.
She called her and said, "That man you see me with."
So maybe y'all could do that. Maybe y'all could do that on ladies' night. You know what I mean?
Man, I like
Sabrina.
I'm selfish.
I would definitely chime in on that.
When I'm with somebody or dealing with somebody, I'm selfish. I ain't sharing nobody because baby, it's too much to keep up with me. So I'm not gonna be sharing you. I need to know,
Really? So do you think that most men, I'm not gonna say all men, but do you think most men are innately monogamous?
No. Now that I'm 40, almost 43, I realize that. But when I was in my 20s or 30s, I didn't realize that then.
So if you see
knowing that, I'm probably never gonna get married. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yes, you will.
You feel me?
Yes, you will.
Girl, bye.
For real.
Get someone else to do it. Girl, bye.
You're right. It sounds good. Look, it sounds good right now.
Let me tell you, I got divorced in 2015. My friends be like, both of my homegirls that I'm really close with, you'll see them on my social media. We all moved to Vegas from Cali together. And they're like, you the only one not married yet. Like, Sabrina, what's going on? I'm like, girl.
Because you just seen it and done it, and you know exactly what you want and don't want. And ain't finna stand for no more crap. Baby, what? That light is on.
Yeah, that's true.
No. I've been there, done that shit too, man. I've been divorced since 2017. Been there, done that.
See, I kind of see it as like
full of shit.
Make better choices, baby. We're gonna make better choices. We good.
She says, Nyla says, I'm not controlling, but I need to know where you at.
Decent people.
And
but to spend the rest of my life with someone, I can't say that I've met that person. Well, God hasn't shown me that is that person.
Say that. Well, okay, so check this out. Okay, I wish I had this video. I used to have this video for it was because I'm a very realistic person, and sometimes I know my delivery sometimes ain't always the nicest, but I'm very realistic, and I believe everybody can get what they want. It's just a frequency we haven't tapped into.
That's right.
And I know everything's not gonna be perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But certain shit, come on now.
You can't we can't let's be realistic. Women then to the women now, women then understood how to get a man, how to obtain a man, and they were valued on how long they kept that man, right?
Or how much bullshit you willing to go
they
through.
Put up with a lot of shit, though.
They put up with a lot of shit.
Right.
No, I mean, okay, cool.
Our brunch conversations be really real.
Right. Okay, cool. But what woman has it that been in a marriage for long? What woman has it? You get what I mean? What man has it?
But let me ask you, could y'all handle what y'all dish out though? All the stuff that you expect
I was just about to say that.
And all that.
Can
y'all handle that if we did the same thing?
Listen, there's a study that men, and I was shocked. I was fucking shocked. I'm like, men would fuck no. Men. There's a study that men would actually stay in to work it out because they have so much invested and they have so much, you know what I mean? They built their life. Man is off of our legacy. And when they build so much,
they're more worried about what they're gonna lose.
Right. We're gonna lose a lot. That's why it's always a win-win for a woman, like where she can make a quick decision, like I don't like this, I'm leaving, right? Or I ain't trying to work it out. You humiliated me, I'm getting out of here, right? And that's why, like a majority of the time, it's a win-win for a woman. For a guy, even if it happens, he's more so he's probably not trying to get a divorce because he understands what he's gonna lose, but they may not deal with each other. You get what I mean? It may not he may not live there, you know what I mean? He may be in a different home or whatever, but they might not conclude divorce just because.
Okay, but Biz, just flip this.
Huh? What you say? I didn't hear you. Oh, I think she went. Something happened. Oh, she's going in and out. Miss Carmen?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. I said, so what I'm saying is, and I think Sabrina's in agreement with this, can you handle what you dish out? Because typically, if we do anything, cheat one time, y'all ain't gonna never forgive us for that one. Because you know how dudes are.
You know what's crazy? You okay, cool. I give you that. You know what? You're absolutely right. What it is that it's hard for a man to deal with the fact that you've let another man conquer you, right? In an emotional way.
Same with you.
Well, the woman necessarily doesn't conquer us in a sense, right? Like in the sense to where because a lot of times it's a fuck. Like we're talking about men, like it may be a quick fuck or whatever.
It's a game.
Did it, right? But to the fact that he actually another man conquered you was able to insert inside you,
woo you.
You know what I mean? Woo you, which you know what I mean. It's like, well, you know what I mean. It's like, damn, like, well, she's weak, and that's hard
think
for
the same thing. The fact that you fucked someone, you gave my dick away, like we feel the same way.
Well, right, and not only that,
wait, but the world has double standards, right? So, like, okay, cool. You want to put it that way? Okay, cool. We're talking about a man who has value, right? We're talking about a man who may have options, and that's where a man is valued at. That shows you the weakness of a man because he's valued so much that he can't. Blase. Okay, cool. Now you see that why men do that, right? On that level,
right?
But if you look at value of what it took for that man to become that and get that value, it took a lot. For a woman, she's born with value. You guys can walk on a yacht right now, bad, beautiful, all that, and get on free, sip crystal, all that. Me, they're not letting me on that yacht. Me and Tone, we can come and say they're not letting us on that yacht unless we got IDs and we work on the motherfucker. You get what I mean? It's a total difference, and that shows you double standards. You know what I mean?
Hey, bro, we getting on that yacht, nigga.
You know what I mean?
But else, we getting on that motherfucker.
You know what I mean? So
only way the guys go on that yacht if they dress like white chicks. Hello.
Most of the time,
come out there with your suave self. Bring your presents. They're gonna let you on that yacht.
Right. Nah, man, they ain't us on that yacht. I don't give a damn what anybody, man.
Unless we playing on the in the band.
Unless we performing, or we involved in an event, or unless we got some big statue,
we gotta walk on there with instruments and shit.
Unless we big and shit. But it's just a different.
And they still gonna card y'all.
Right. So it just shows you different value, how hard the world is for a man than it is for a woman.
Okay, so you said
that. So when a man does get to a point to where he have for me, I'm used to it. I'm an entertainer. So I don't care if she was like small, Chinese, big, blunt, like skinny, anorexic. Like I'm telling you, I've been around them, I've seen them all. I've had them all come. So I'm used to it. Being around beautiful women doesn't make me like, oh my God, right? But other dudes who may not have been exposed to that, they get it the first sign of another woman giving them some attention that's really valuing them.
Right.
Unlike it's like it's like, oh, whoa. Right, and the fact that this woman is feeling him emotionally, because it takes time for a woman to just especially if you know your nigga ain't that nigga, right? No. If he ain't that nigga, then it's gonna take time. And so the fact that he ain't that nigga, he knows it, and the fact that it took time for him to come on, there's a lot invested there, right? But that's when you understand the caliber of your guy. You understand the caliber of who you with, right? You know what I mean? Sometimes women are with exceptional dudes and they shouldn't be with. No facts. You shouldn't. This guy, you're not. I know it's cool and every woman wants to have the athlete guy, but honey, you go get your heart broken. He got too many options.
Okay, Ben. So
Ben,
not to cut you off, but you said ladies are born with what? Value?
Value, yes.
Okay, so why will
build value?
I understand that. So once that man builds their values with that woman and they get married,
they gotta build that value all on their own.
Exactly, to get the woman.
That's the Steve on your motherfucking self.
I say, and they get married. I didn't say build together. So once both of them once both of them have their value and everything, why do the men still cheat? If he, I'm saying, in love with her and all of that.
No, listen.
That lust is still in him.
Okay, look.
Exactly.
No, listen. No, check this out. No. The guy have value. The guy has to build value in order to even get a woman to marry him, for one. Right, for the woman to even see interest in him, to be able to say yes, she has to see some type of value in him, right? Period. So that lets you know the guy had to build some type of value to get to that point. Now, by being with her, now the woman could have chose to be with a millionaire. Well, not chose, but she could have said, "Nah, I'm saving my chances for a millionaire." Right? That's how easy it is for a woman. You guys can all right now go out and meet a millionaire and have the best time of your life. That's not likely happening. Wait, that's not likely happening with the average guy. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. The value's there. So by the time he gets to that woman, they get married, and all of a sudden, you probably married, I'm not talking about y'all, but I'm saying, let's say this woman probably married the average guy who's privately custodial worker, you know what I mean, who's blue collar, you know, I mean, works a great 9 to 5, takes care of his things or whatever, and all of a sudden there's another guy having some trips or problems, or there's just things weird, whatever, and all of a sudden there's another woman to give him a chance to hear him out, to actually
wait.
I'm just telling you how it probably is generalized going down. I'm not saying this is how it went down. I'm just generalizing it, right? Like, this is a fantasy story, all right? But that's how, you know what I mean? You know, let's just say that's how it happened, right? And all of a sudden, this average guy, all of a sudden got a woman that's willing to give him a chance, like, and then they're investing time, and all of a sudden, hey, I'm working late, I'll be coming home a little late, you know what I mean? And they're not fucking, right? All of a sudden, there's 6 months, 7, you know what I mean? There's time to invest it, because, you know, he ain't going to, unless he's that guy. Now, if you got with an athlete, or you got with somebody like who's an entertainer, they touring, or like they're very active and they have a lot of women on them, or whatever the case may be, and you know, it might be every night. You may have it, you know what I mean? But a lot of misconception that people have about entertainers, and I always say this a lot, is that people think entertainers fuck everything that walk. And you only looking at the rappers. You're only looking at the guys who show that type of shit. And they make that the front page of the media. Honestly, a lot of times, man, you are not trying to, man, because a lot of them smell like liquor and piss. You know what I mean? Like a lot of, like, you got to think about it. You in a club, or you inside of a venue, or you performing at a concert, and you got all these people trying to, cats, and it's not happening like that, people. A lot of times niggas is going back to their hotel rooms, chilling, smoking, you know what I mean? If they're single, they may have a chick with them. If they're not a chick, their chick is with them. A lot of times they'll bring their chick with them. A lot of times. I've seen it happen a lot. It's okay, I put it like this. It's more than what y'all see on the media, that entertainers are bringing their spouse with them on tours and shit. Yep. It's so surprising, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I just think it's, you know, it's to each his own in a way, right? It's to each his own, but I think we should find some way to kind of find a common ground, you know. And I think that's probably the real message of everything. And I'm not negating a woman's story behind it. I'm just saying, like, when you do get in that next situation, you know, let it be a great situation that compliments you, and you know what I mean, is able to help you maneuver, you know. He said entertainers are not bringing a spouse on tour with them. Well, I guess we're in two different worlds. I don't know. You know, I think you might have missed when I said not rappers, you know.
Right.
But you know, he said everybody cheating, niggas be talking about, so his niggas and females be to the closet bitch, or she might not say anything in real life. Women are the coldest at the game. Yeah, I mean, I've heard that, and I don't think so. I think women. I think once you've known a woman, you've been around a woman, you know how she moves. You know what I mean? You know when things are weird. You know when she dressing different today. You know when she moving different right now. You know what I mean? You could just tell. You know what I mean?
Even for the man.
You know what I mean? Yeah, when you've been around a person for a long fucking time, you can tell. Yeah. You know, I'm pretty sure, Mr. Gaban, I'm pretty sure you know when your woman moving different. You're like, that's a little different today. You know,
shit. Maybe she constipated. That's why she moving different. Shit, we don't know. She got the bubble guts and shit. You know, gate scare. No, but like I was saying.
So why do y'all think the women then took so much? Why do y'all think they were weak? I think they were strong.
I didn't say they was weak. You know, I love that. You know, I mean, I don't love that they stayed, because back in the days, you know what I'm saying, they was, you know, getting hands put on them too. After, you know what I'm saying,
Amen.
They come after, you know what I'm saying, the guys come back from work and the police put them over and beat them up, you know, and everything. We had drunks. I mean, you know, back in the days, they had drunks. They had, you know what I'm saying, drugs and all of that and stuff, you know. But everything was closed doors. what's done in my house stays in my house. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's, you know what I'm saying, hey, he about to kill me and a kid, you know. But as far as like sticking thick and thin, maybe they didn't have no choice back then. You know what I'm saying? But as far as like, you know, I don't know. I didn't do it. And I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, I was weak and I should have stayed, and nah, hell no. Shit. I made my mind up as soon as I seen all that shit.
Was it like he killed somebody or something?
Who?
I mean, the way you said it, like the way you like, nah.
Hell yeah. He killed my heart. He killed my love then. You know what I'm saying? But he never killed me as being a woman and a black woman to stand up for myself. It's like we in this together, you know, like why, you know, go cheat? And he had, you know what I'm saying, female friends. I don't never knock, you know what I'm saying, my dude from having female friends. I'm not
that's
saying
the problem.
I'm not
That's
I'm
the
not
problem. See,
hold on. No.
Hold on. Hey, hold on. I'm sorry.
No,
Look,
let me finish.
You cannot say, look, I don't
Let me
think that's
finish. Let me finish though. I'm not saying like, you know, oh, because he work on cars. He work on computers and stuff. I'm not saying, oh, you gonna work on this female's computer. Oh, that's my homegirl. That's my sister. No, because me and, you know, my ex, you know, we grew up together. We was high school sweethearts. So if he bringing in another female, oh, this is my sister. No, that's my cousin. No. You know what I'm saying? But I don't mind, you know what I'm saying, my dude now that have, you know what I'm saying, his you know, best friends from high school and all of that. He still talk to his ex-wife, and she's married. And she just got married, and he's been talking to her since we've been talking back together. And that's what, 7 years ago. Do I have male friends? Yeah. I have a best friend, male friend, and he knew about them. So it's vice versa.
okay. So I wanted to see what was the statistics rate on domestic violence. Yep, in the justice system, right?
Oh yeah.
To see the statistic rate, and there was one article said that it went down due to woman rights, but they didn't give a statistic rate. And I'm looking at it. I want to see a statistic rate that shows me just the rate of where domestic violence was, right? And the whole point is, I like to see a graph. I like to see if it went up, if it went down, because it kind of tells you. And yes, there's more women rights, there's more Me Too movement, a lot of that shit. So I get it, right? So we could say that, you know what I mean, it went down, but what it hasn't done is women talk about those things, but just as well as that was going on, you had a lot of women doing it too, man. See, this is what, like, people think that, like, only women receive domestic violence. And there's a lot of men receive domestic violence too.
Oh yeah,
but
right.
That is the conversation. I mean, shit, the conversation about single fathers raising their kids have the same statistics as two-parent household. If a single father raised a child in his household, in his house, he have the same statistic as a two-parent household. You get what I mean? And that's not even put out. That's not even right. So we hear a lot of, yeah, I take care, and I'm a single mother, and I'm doing my thing, and I'm this and I'm that, and blase. And then we don't even look at the other part. Well, what are men not doing? Or what are men doing? Well, they're not in homes with their kids. They're not doing this, and men are shitty, and men is this. And then you look at the statistic rate, you like, oh shit. Well, the statistic rate say a little different.
Right.
The statistic rate say men got the same outcome as two. It's a man and a woman. What the fuck going on here, right? And it kind of like you know, I mean, it makes you look at society has raised the people. Society has raised the people. I mean, why wouldn't a man know how to take care of his family? He saw his mama do it. He was at home with his mama all day, right? His mom was a single mother, so why wouldn't he know how to take care of them?
Depends on those circumstances.
Huh? I mean, if he's a single father and his dad wasn't at the house, but he grew up with a single mother, and all of a sudden he became a single father, what makes you think he wouldn't know how to take care of the home when his mom raised him?
Depending on how his mom raised him would determine how he does that. She may have been jacked up, been a good parent.
70%.
But if she was a good one.
70% of single fathers have a statistic rate of the 2-parent household.
Okay, so are we talking about the man that's a single father?
I'm just saying the women back then. The women back then, I get it, but the women now were raising the men of today, like the men my age or the men a little bit older, right? The women in the season were raising, right? Because the men weren't home. You had the prison epidemic that came and started rushing black men and all type of shit, right? You had the prison industrial system came through at that time. It's just got anyway, right? We just started seeing men being taken out of home after the 60s, right? After 1960, that's when the whole LBJ bill. Anyway, the whole thing is, what I'm saying is, the men who were single fathers, and if we talk about single mothers and what they do, and if we talk about domestic violence, and we look at the facts, or we look at, you know what I mean, the stats on it.
Okay, so you saying back then as being
we always, because I hear women say, well, the women back then dealt with domestic violence and da 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 da, and I'm like, well, shit, the man did too. Like, if you want to put it like that.
Okay,
like,
so are you saying?
Then, but the kids, they were single fathers and shit. If you want to put the stats on single fathers got a better statistic rate. So it's just something that's
okay. You saying back then for the single fathers, you know, raising their.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Smooth, you gotta move the banner off and then put it back up. But what you saying?
I was saying, are you talking about the man's back then being a single father?
Man now
being single fathers?
Now.
Because
it didn't say all of them. It didn't say all. It just said 70%. This is the cheating gap, divorce rate. It said this. What did that other part says? Men are what? Send me the website so I can bring it up. Text me the website. I'll bring it up. But yeah,
it's you and your statistics.
Well, I don't like. Look. Statistically, women are better nurturers, right? They're better caretakers. That's why having 2 parents is better than having 1. Of course, it's better. But if we always use the extreme, like domestic violence, which is nowadays 70% of it's triggered by the woman, you know what I mean? When you look at grape, I don't want to say the word, but I know what I mean. Grape, it's literally not saying that it's not anything to be looked over. It's something to be taken very serious. But when we look at where it's at on the bar scale, it's very low. Right? So the women back then, they were just dealing with more. They were just tougher to deal with. You know, they were willing to go through the ropes of it because they understood men.
But then you have a lot of women too who you know, because I used to question myself, like, should I kind of work certain relationships out and stuff like that? But then talking to other women, like
women that keep you single,
from church, from you know, from women's ministries, all kind of stuff. There's a lot of women who have dealt with a lot of trauma and emotional abuse and have bad anxiety from staying in situations like that.
See, but you want to find a good man, so why would I listen to? You get what I mean?
No, but I'm just saying. I mean, I like to hear what people are saying.
I'm leaning on your own understanding.
What's going on. Right.
Like honestly, you right too. Don't get me wrong, because you have to dwell with those who you align with. So don't get me. I'm not negating that. If I was to add something to that and to push it forward, I would say find women who are in the same place.
Wait, hold on now. I'm not talking about women I'm aligned with, because my girls don't put up with no bullshit. But I'm saying just different women. I talk to different women. Like, I work with a girl who she's been with her dude for 12 years, and he makes her sleep in her car when he gets mad at her. Like, people be doing
right, but that's not bullshit. Your dude though. That's not your dude though. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I know some fucked up dudes too, in some, like, right now.
Right.
I got one Latino couple, right?
Right.
And their son, he tells me all the time, he's like, man, he's like, can you be my goddad? Like, please, can you be my? And I'm like, what? Of course. But when I start kind of looking in deeply and start hanging out with them and shit like that, I start seeing of how, you know what I mean? But right. How the father was, in a sense. And not to go in depth, but like, it really, like, oh shit. So I get you. I'm not negating none of that, right? I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is when you look at how many women, to me, single women keep women single. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, well, and I understand.
Both of my best friends are married.
Your man, though, your man wouldn't be like that. Like, your man would.
Yeah, you're right. I'm glad you said that to me, because
like you gotta understand.
I don't trust nobody. I'm like,
right, but that's all them fucked up female. Like, you gotta think about that too. Like, what's wrong with your pussy, bitch? Right?
You stupid, man.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mean to be too blunt, but like, you have to look at that, like, you know, like, okay, I wouldn't go through that. Yeah. And the man I have, he would not put me through that.
Right.
So I understand how to choose better. And whether she may agree with you or not, or like, girl, you don't want to go through this. Man, because they always say that, like, man. They don't say their man. They say man, right? Just like we
just in general, men in general. Right. Yeah, that's true.
Like, just like women would say, you can't blame all women for that. Like, this woman won't. Or like, no, I'm an all-nighter, right?
Right.
But I would still be like, well, women can't take the dick. You know what I mean? And like, no, I didn't take the dick, right? And so, right? So it's obviously we can't always say that, and I wouldn't always put that up on. Like, I just know that if I'm going at it, I'm going to align myself with, you know what I mean, with people who are seeking the same thing.
Right.
You know?
Right.
That's very important.
You know, because I don't know. A lot of these females, man, they be keeping it. Bitch, don't fuck with that nigga, because that nigga, bitch, he don't got a car. Oh, hell no. It's like, well, I have a car. You know what I mean? It's like, well, I have a car. You know what I mean?
Single
like, he actually has a good heart. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like, look at the man for his heart instead of like.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. It's like, nope, bitch, he ain't able to keep this together.
Well, no, like, that's true, because my friends, one of my best friends that just got married, when they first moved to Vegas, you know, he didn't have a car, he didn't have a lot of things, and then, you know, they built, but he had potential. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's, you know what I mean? It's a little, I don't know.
I'll tell you this. Y'all don't understand how society works for women, man. Y'all have it so great right now. Women are winning. A dude just got to get a regular job and build himself up to get to the point where women are at, because they're winning. Yeah, women may have the highest debt. Okay, cool, but they got the money. They got the money to buy, right?
Right. Right.
Single women keep women single.
Who? Because
no, you didn't.
Single women keep women single. Who? Because it's all throughout our culture. Go back to In Vogue when they had that little lead in. What's going on, girl? It's so and so. It's you should just leave him. You shouldn't put up with it. Ain't no man worth all that. Ding dong. Oh, I gotta go. That's Kevin. See, when the woman got a man, it's always the single friends that tend to be on the outside telling that what you should and should not accept. But you ask her,
tell my wife to come in here.
Where's your wedding ring and your husband? So you get women who at the 1 minute, I love him because he does everything, but you got a woman in there. Yeah, he's trying to control. Girl, that's what this is. Oh, that's what that is. Oh, that's narcissistic.
Get my wife in here. Get my damn wife in here.
Not
one lie. Not one lie.
Yeah, she said it doesn't matter what he got. I don't go by that. Exactly.
Right, but like, why? Can you guys explain to me why have that became the norm? And the women back then didn't care about that. They was mostly caring if he was a good guy, and they understood like, cool, he go fuck up. He may get into some
shit because bills wasn't as high as they used to be. Shit. Now it's like, well, what we do?
No, it was just different back then.
Yeah,
they saw it differently. They let a lot of shit slide that we just.
But bills are high though. Bills are high.
Yeah. And it was harder for them to be separated by themselves too. Think about it. The woman would have had it hard.
Well, see, I'm so old school. You know what I'm saying? I'm in a long distance relationship. I pay my own bills, my own rent. You know what I'm saying? And when he do come here, and like I told him, y'all gonna pay no bills, y'all gonna pay no rent. He was like, no, I'm gonna pay something. What I look like as a man laying up under, up under your roof, our roof, and not doing nothing. But if all the bills are already paid, what is it to do? Put it in the savings account. He was like, no, we already gonna have that, but that's just me. I'm not like, what is it called? What Biz always say?
What?
I don't know. He say a lot.
What's that? Where you always say? I forgot. Huh?
They talk the bullshit.
No. When the lady say she got it.
Cap.
No, it's the other word, my nigga. Anyway, I get it. When I get it, I'll let you know. But me, hey, if I can cater to my dude all the time, 24/7, 7 days a week, I can do it. I will do it.
Well, Nani, she ain't got this. Hey, look, check this out. So, you right? No, you right. So UK has been hitting us up the whole show about showing this statistic and cheating statistic, and it's actually right here for us. And let's bring down hold on, put that back up. Let's bring that down. So it says
oh, my bad. I'm laughing at my baby.
So is that middle-aged people cheat the most. Wow. Men cheat more than women at most every age. The notable exception is married women age 18-29. They are 1% more likely to cheat than men in this demographic. More middle-aged people cheat overall, and men report the highest level of cheating in their 70s. Shit. That's because the dick's still getting hot. I told you, man. Shit, it's still, I'm telling you, Viagra ain't no jizzo.
Yes.
Women report the highest rate of infidelity in their 60s. Damn, little hot mama, little firecracker. With 16% of 60 to 69 years old reporting they have sex outside of their marriage. 16% of 60 to 69 years old reporting to have sex outside of their marriage. What the fuck? You old people.
That's crazy.
You old people are horny as fuck. Damn. Oh, I'm gonna be fuck. Yeah. All right, here we go. Interestingly, cheating is lowest among 18 to 29 years old at 11% overall. A recent YouGov poll indicated that millennials are equally likely to want to be more monogamous relationships and to think that the ideal relationship is non-monogamy, 43%. So here's a number here, here's a graph here that we can check out. Also, it says age, men and women are most likely to cheat. Men, 18 to 29. Men is 10%, women 11%. Wow. 30 to 39, 14%, women 12%. So as it gets older, you know what's crazy too about this? If you guys are looking, there's a saying that men start growing into their value, into their financial strive around the age of 45. That's when men start going to their financial strive around the age of 45.
Some.
Yeah.
Some.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Political views. Republicans cheat the least. There's a 4% cheating gap between members of different political parties. 14% of confessed cheaters were registered Republicans. 15% were independents, and 18% were Democrats. Damn it! Damn it! You Democrats is fucking out here. Okay, gang. All right, get it. Hey, y'all.
You gotta keep their value up.
Hey, they having them lube parties for real. Them motherfucking lubricant parties. All right, here we go. Education. People with some education cheat the most. People with some college education cheat the most. Read that again. People with some college. Not all college, not everything, some. Ooh, shit, y'all think y'all smart. Okay? Cheat the most. Similar to political views.
I believe that.
Your level of education could also indicate how likely you are to cheat. 15% of confessed cheaters had a high school diploma or less. 16% had completed one or more college degrees, and 18% had attained some college education. Wow, look at that. Likely to cheat based on education. Wow. 15% lower education. 18% didn't complete college. 16% college educated. Wow. Damn. Oh,
so is that back then or this is now?
This is now. I mean, it's now. Let's see. I'll tell you if it's now. Yep. 23 February 28, 2023. That's when it's reported.
Let's go back to what you say, 1960. Let's go back to that.
Huh?
The same blue screen you got up right now. Let's go back in 1960, like you said. Pull that screen up.
Here we go. Okay, I will. Okay. Oh, do y'all know domestic violence is a lot in lesbian couples? Have the highest rate out of heterosexual couples?
Yeah.
So when we speak of domestic violence, there was a lot of lesbian couples back then too, getting that ass whooped. Anyway, so here we go. So, this is good. Ooh, wow. Hey, UK, gang, bro. You did good. You did great on this one. I like this right here. Look, so people, as you can see, this is the economic independence, financially dependent men cheat the most. Financially dependent men cheat the most. I said it earlier. If they're making more, they have more value, they have more options. Here we go. A study by the American Association Psychological Association showed that in heterosexual relationship, the spouse who earned least is more likely to cheat. Wow. 15% of financial dependent men will cheat on their wives. Them niggas suck. Men see, they don't have anyway, men are least likely to cheat when they earn 70 to combine. Well, they don't want to lose something, like they were talking earlier that they didn't want to lose. The same study showed that just 5% of women cheat when they are economically reliant on their spouses. The more a woman contributes to her household totally income, the least likely is to cheat. Ashley Addison is a dating site where more married people ran a study to find out which professionals have the more cheaters in it. Revealed that people in these jobs are more likely to cheat. Retail and hospitality, 8% of men and 9% of women. Information technology. I wanted to say informational for some reason. 12% of men and 8% of women. Entrepreneurs, 11% each sex.
No, not 11.
Wow, that's crazy. Medicine, 5%, and 20%. Damn, 5% medicine, 5%, 23% of women. That's nuts. And trading, 29%. Wow, this is fucking crazy. All right, according to what we're reading now, which is according to mysticmag.com, a psychic reading. This is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. Likely of cheating based on career, 11% entrepreneurs, 29% trades. Wow, that's crazy. Retail jobs, okay, that's crazy. It's not crazy. It's not over 50%, so I don't feel too bad. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, oh my God, this is crazy. Sexual performance.
Let me pull up the 1961.
No, it don't.
Unknown. Could you pull that one up?
So we're gonna do race conflicting data. A study published in the IFS concluded that your race may also play a role in how likely you are to cheat on your spouse.
Oh wow.
In its study, 13% of Hispanics, 16% whites, and 22% of blacks responded admitting to cheating. Oh, wow. The study didn't record responses from Asians and Native Indians showing bias same group. However, another study reported that 81% of Black Americans believe that it is also wrong to cheat. This study linked a higher rate of church attendance with the beliefs that infidelity is wrong. Likely of cheating, Black 22% out of any other race. Damn. Damn. It is important to note that it is very hard to find reliable data about infidelity. Most of the article is cited to Institutional for Families study as a source. As a political conservative, where we know this is conservative, right-wing, religious think tank, the IFS probably has an agenda. So its data is likely to be biased. For example, it only surveys married people or people who had previously been married. So its experience of unmarried people in long-term relationships aren't included. It also didn't indicate if any of its respondents were in same-sex marriages. So there you go. So there's a disclaimer, and that's what we read. So just so you guys have a full fundamental thought process on it, you know what I mean? You guys don't like that's the real shit. You know what I mean? So you know, so yeah. Very interesting, huh? You know. So it's so you can always pull like me for my stories. I generally match that, right? So when I say stuff, I be going to like, you know, I'll go to like the CDC, I'll read the Justice Department, I'll kind of look up some of that data,
real source,
you know, and I'll go to like, you know, local government stuff, you know what I mean, to pull up data from there. Stuff that I can kind of pull some hard like evidence from, and that kind of
something that's verified.
Right. Like there was one that I found out that I don't know how I'm gonna present this. I think I might just make this for the members though. I don't know how I'm gonna present this. It might just be a member thing, but where I found out Christianity is founded in Spain, and Spain was colonized by the Greeks. The west coast, the coast of the Mediterranean coast of Spain was colonized by the Greeks. And all of those things is tracked back until now. There was only a black civilization that was dwelling in Seville, Spain, that was called the Negro Land.
So, what was it called? The what?
Negro Land.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
It was called Negro Land. So but that was like, you know, that's a study that, you know what I mean, that I might just present to the tribe. Like, I mean, you know, as a membership, I might not, because it's kind of controversial. But when you match up the ties and you look at everything, and like we all know these people that I'm going to mention, like we know who King David is, we know who Nebuchadnezzar is, right? And it's like people think these people are so far away, when they're not knowing that slavery just happened, you know what I mean, 400 years ago, 500 years ago, or some shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, the information is so relatively important to know that I'm going to go start. Look in the Spanish Inquisition. Y'all look in the Spanish Inquisition, I could tell you a whole fucking lot. You know what I mean? A whole lot. But so there's just stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's really important that we know and that we be aware, and like, you know, we understand where we come from, and you know, so that's when we put in hard facts and pulling data. You know, you want to be able to kind of like give people, you know, and I appreciate this though. I appreciate this. You know what I mean? It gave us a good, you know what I mean, vision of how things are being looked at.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can go look up some other things and pull some facts from that, and you know what I mean, because that's the way you know the truth. You got to get some here, some here, some here, some here, and apply all those things together and see what sticks. And you have 10 things that sticks, and that lets you know the facts. Because everybody, you know what I mean, everybody may not have the truth. You know what I mean? Like, I don't try to coach everybody on financial struggles and shit. You know, I literally don't. I'm like, look, I'm not an expert on finance. I'm not a tax person. You know what I mean? I just know where to just inspire you and spark your interest, you know what I mean? And hopefully that can get you, you know, you guys on. Also this this Wednesday, hopefully the time work out, because we was talking about the time frame today, and our 9 o'clock is her 11 o'clock. The girl, the lady that her name is Sarah Blake Cheek. We did a episode on her about how her son got suspended from school because of her OnlyFans. And so she actually hit back and she was like, yo, yes, I would love to do it. And she may be on this Wednesday. We trying to work out the time frame, but she looking like she be on this
man, you should have did it Friday. Filter up that bullshit.
Well, you know, I mean, we're gonna do a little bit of that, you know what I mean? Yeah, you gotta do a little bit of that. It's not just, you know, visualization is where, you know, motivation is unfiltered, because No, I want people to see her for other than just, you know, a porn star. Like, don't get me wrong. You go on her IG and I couldn't find no decent picture. I ain't gonna lie. Oh my God, I was trying to find like one decent picture to like put as the flyer. You know what I mean? And every picture was like, damn. Yeah, it was like
put her in the one with the black and gold G-string.
Black and gold G-string.
Hey, my baby started smiling, licking his lips. Boy, hey, hey, I'm about to get him some earplugs from now on.
I definitely this was the story right here. Just so people can know right here. This was the story. Y'all can go back and watch this. That was the actual story that we did on her.
Oh, that's cool. I like that picture.
Well, no. That was on the Friday. Y'all go check that on Filter Friday.
That was a good show. That was a good show.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, she'll be back here on Wednesday, live with us for the tribe. So
that's cool.
Yeah, she'll be back. We'll be doing this. We'll be getting involved. She's pretty unfiltered. Oh my God, you know what I mean? And you know me, I'll be catching some. Oh, check this out. Before we head out of here, we got another person that's coming. This cat is like really big in Dubai, and he'll be coming up here, giving his story on the Biz Ovation. Also, yo, Smooth, you can put that back up there. You know, he'll be coming back on the Biz Ovation podcast. So, and that would be like the biggest thing that, you know, that'll be the biggest thing that hit, that really stormed the network. So I want y'all to understand that's gonna be dope. I want to make that only tribe. So if you're a tribe member, you're gonna be able to get that exclusive before the world gets it. So the tribe will get it first, raw, live.
I'm auntie. I'm gonna be no tribe member. I'm auntie. I'm just playing.
Hey, you gotta hit the member thing, you know what I mean?
I'm in there tomorrow.
You know what I mean? We get the exclusive. Oh, also tomorrow you have Miss Vic is on tomorrow, Vicky Myers, and also Trish show. So y'all can catch that tomorrow. That's gonna be really dope. But yeah, man, we got an explosive week for you guys. Time to Flow is also on Thursday, so y'all make sure y'all tune in for that. And we may be moving Smoking Jokes over there, you know what I mean? We may have to move that. So, and y'all already know Filter Fridays, Ladies Night, and then Pastors. Hey, check this out. I want y'all to know, man. On Sundays, we be having some pretty good Sundays. No lie, it'll be some pretty good Sundays over there. You know what I mean? They be doing their thing. They be talking their shit. All right, and then you can bring the slide down on Sunday. Also, we got West Coast Heavies, so y'all can check that out on West Coast Heavies. West Coast Heavy podcast, that should be lit. It was tight. They racking up right now. I ain't gonna lie, man. The network's looking good with that. So understand, we got shows going on all week, man. I really appreciate you guys tuning in once again. And before I head out of here, I want y'all to make sure to kiss your pillows, because you're gonna need that motherfucker tonight, because you're gonna knock out, right? Gasmasktribe, Tribe Nation. See y'all. Have a great one. Enjoy your motherfucking life. Enjoy your motherfucking night. Gang. We out.